please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. Hakeem, and you already know we got our special guest. Hakeem, go ahead, Hakeem, introduce our special
The
guest.
undisputed debater from California. She ain't playing no games. She's not with the sucker shit. She's not with the self-hatred. She doesn't like buck dancing, boot leaking Negroes. Stephanie
Say that
Watkins.
then. Boo, boo, boo,
Stephanie
boo.
Watkins.
What an intro.
What's happening, Stephanie? What's
What up,
going on with you?
fam?
What up? What
What's
up,
that?
though? I'm doing it for Jordan. Jordan's not here. Shout out to Jordan for setting everything up. Beautiful job,
Yes.
Jordan. Jordan always do a beautiful job. So, what up, though?
What up, though? You definitely from that D. What up, though?
No.
I, I feel like we had a lot of topics going on in a little chat. So I don't know. I'm up with y'all. Like, what y'all want to pick from? Because we could go either way.
We
You know
ready.
we got topics to pick. That ain't no issue. Shout
Yeah.
out to Mimi. You see
Shout out to
Hakeem? Mimi waited for you to
Yeah,
come.
this the universal sign now. This that universal sign.
Man.
I can't go with the ladies, and then he
I'm
gets
even
mad at me.
I'm even doing this to niggas I'm beefing with when I drive by.
Not with the niggas you beefing with. You
Niggas I'm beefing with. When
all
I
love,
was,
baby.
you know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
So
Uh,
yeah, but shout out to Mimi, the first
Shout
one
out
in
to
the
Mimi.
chat. Shout out to those
Mimi
that's watching on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Go ahead.
Twit. Stephanie, Mimi said
Yeah.
hi.
Hey, Mimi girl. What's up?
Now, Stephanie, it's up to you if you want to allow people to come on the panel to ask you questions. It's up to you
Yeah.
now. Because
Yeah, I don't
there's
care.
not panel winners, so you don't care. So Hakeem,
No, I don't care.
if some men want to come or women
Yeah, come on.
want to
Yeah,
come on
no,
the
it
panel and
doesn't
ask you a
matter.
question, they can come right ahead.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
so let's get to it. Shout out to the lovely Sherry Bond, but let's get to it. On the Given podcast, there was a woman that was featured, and she was talking about, they was asking the question, what's the difference between masculinity and femininity when it comes to men and women? So, Hakeem, let's play that clip, and then, of course, we got Stephanie Watkins to dive right in. Go right ahead.
Woman that wants to be a wife versus a woman that just wants a husband.
Oh, you know what? I think most of us are bred to just want a husband. Whereas to be groomed and trained to be a wife means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trusting the leadership of your partner, because feminine chooses certainty. Feminine doesn't choose flow, because feminine is flow, right? Feminine energy. When we choose to understand that it is our biggest opportunity to seek out the needs of a man without him expressing them, I think a beautiful opportunity for us to empower that man and ride through the storms. I feel like we live in a weak generation where things get hard and people immediately are like, oh, I quit, this is too hard. And that's like, it's never going to hinder you the result you want. If you keep quitting, it's to be groomed as a wife means it's compassion, it's longevity. That's where marriage starts. When you get married, you say, I do, it starts. Whereas other people, it's like when you get married, I made it. No, you didn't make it. You hate that man. You hate that woman. Y'all can't stand each other. You don't care enough to not disrespect each other or call each other out of your own name. You don't care enough to not want to sleep on opposite sides of the bed when there's a problem. You don't care enough to have the hard conversation so that you can move together more powerfully. That's just to have a husband. But when you want to be a wife, things are different, in my opinion.
That's very true. What is the
Go
difference
ahead.
between a woman that wants to be
Wow,
a
that's
wife?
powerful. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Ashton. Shout out to Ashton. The Shiesty Avenger leader is in the building.
Shout outs to Ashton, but shout outs to Natasha Vincent for
Who
all
be
your
on?
support, for showing love. She had went and got the book. Shout outs
Wait, she got the first copy. How she beat
listen,
me?
I don't know. Shout outs to her. Shout outs to her. Tears of joy. Tears of joy.
Wow, man, that's
Yeah.
true love. How she beat me?
She's supporting the game.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but go ahead, Stephanie Walker. Time in. Go ahead.
Ooh, it starts off with me first.
Yeah.
I think this is a topic that isn't talked about enough when we're talking about relationships. I completely agree with her. When we are getting into relationships, often it's like this tokenism. You know what I mean? And maybe even on both sides, where it's like you're not kept unless you have a man, or you're not valued unless you have a man. And on the flip side, like, I feel like it's a double standard because guys don't have to kind of move. You feel me? Like, guys aren't looked down upon if they're not taken. But for a woman, societal standards is like, oh, you have to get a man. And I think this pressure of like, get married, get married, get married overshadows like what that really looks like. So I completely agree. Like, there is a lot of work that has to go into before I decide to get into this union with this individual. Do I have the capacity to compromise with some of their flaws, and vice versa? Right? Like, vice versa. Do they have the capacity to deal with my flaws? Because you are seeing, I know you all heard it, like girls being like, oh, I'm getting married. Hopefully this will be better when I have this baby and we get married. He'll want me more. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we treat marriage as if it's either like it's a fixer upper for my circumstances, or it's like token so I can look good because as a woman, because a man wants to keep me. So yeah, I think there's two different paradigms in it, and I agree. Like, we have to be able to really do the work.
Man, you going in. Shout out to
Yeah.
Laura Price. Shout out to Laura Price Proteins in the building. Great to see you, my brother. I ain't seen you in a long time, but it's great to see you. He said you making some great sense.
Yeah.
Shout out to DB as well, also in the building.
Yeah.
My thing is, I always talk about, we always have a miscommunication issue when it comes to women. I'm talking about from the man aspect. Like, let's say we'll go and meet a woman, and we think that woman may be the one for us, and then let's say we end up marrying that woman, but yet we still missing that communication piece, because we think, okay, the woman's already know me for a very long time. She's already known me, so I don't have to do too much. She should already know my ways. But the problem is that we live in a society where that they teach men not to be emotional. They teach men to only focus on the logic side of things. You know, I was talking to a great friend of mine, and she was telling me how when you're a man should also understand a woman that you're dealing with someone that's emotional. So you got to know the difference. It's okay to be logical, but it's okay to also show your emotion to that woman. But then you have other guys that's telling men like us, we're not supposed to show our emotion. Hakeem talks about that a lot. So Hakeem, go ahead, dive in.
One of us, Stephanie, my brother, y'all give great points, and I want to point this out in 3 different ways, and I want y'all to see if I'm wrong or not. So, so when I look at this as far as the pressures of women getting married and stuff, because DB just said it. Shout outs to DB. She said, I agree with women are pressured into getting married and having kids. So oftentimes women get married just to say married. Here's my first point. Is it when we say society, is it men that's pressuring the women, or your homegirls who are getting married around you and having kids and telling you, girl, or your family members? Look at it from that, but not the guys you're dating, because most of the time they're not going to ask men unless there's some guy who's crazy about you. So I do think sometimes women are pressured due to the fact that the spaces are they're in and the crowds that they're running with. If people start dropping off, like, damn, Shamika just got married, LaShonda got a baby, she ain't coming around no more. Now you saying to yourself, okay, she's not coming on the girls' trips anymore. What's going on? She said, girl, I'm with dude over here. I'm gonna have to hit you back. So now that brings in much pressure. So now the tribe is shortened. Another point I'm gonna put is this. A lot of us don't come from traditional homes. Let's put that out there. And after I'm with, a lot of us don't come from traditional homes. It is futile to try to make somebody acquiesce to a lifestyle they don't know nothing of. My mother and father have been married 43 years.
Wow. That's what's up.
Still together. My dad doesn't have no outside kids.
Let's go.
Doesn't have no outside kids, but he was the biggest asshole. And he don't know about buying gifts for birthdays, but he paid the rent and came home every day. Now, they come from a different era and a different time. Yes, there was problems. My mother explained that to me. But she said that was the best fit for her, and as her evaluation of men in her time, who was going to be the better father, the better companion. And he has proved himself. Now, here's the thing. Go ahead, brother.
No, I want to ask you a question. Can it be also because they was raised in a different generation? They though
100%.
because those type
Mm-hmm.
of generation, they shine upon divorce.
100%.
This generation, women are quick to get divorced, and also the men as well. I'm not gonna say women, but men as well. Go ahead.
For the simplest things, women will get divorced. When you start to notice, when people start saying unequally yoked, it's not just from a spiritual sense, it's from a mental, from a personality, from just an everyday type stuff. And not only that, though, if you're going back to what I'm saying, and I want y'all to take this, if certain people come from a single family household and doesn't understand the certain dynamics. I'm a man who come from a 2-parent household, and I get with a woman who mama been running everything. I'm telling you, no, I don't want you to do this. You're gonna say, nigga, you tripping.
Mm.
Now I'm gonna come in wanting to pay bills, making sure you straight, holding shit down. I'm gonna tell you, hey, when I come home after work, and mind you, I'm gonna do this at the dating stage.
Yeah.
At the dating stage, and this is where some conflict come, where we go back to the same conflict with somebody. I'm not going to be a girlfriend doing wife stuff at a girlfriend. You're going to meet a southern man like me who go to work every day, got good credit, don't got no babies, who's ready to get married, is telling you, hey, when I come to your crib, make sure something cooked. Nigga, you tripping? So this is a rubber round compared to women might deal with a man who ain't been in a 2-parent household, and he don't mind nothing like that. He say, girl, let's go out to eat, but he might not be willing acclimated to commit, or
Mm.
he's willing to put his hands on you. So there's different variables, and it's multi-layered. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Stephanie.
Yeah, yeah, I think it is a lot to unpack. I think going back to like your very first point, we're talking about like these societal standards for women and where they came from. And you're like, what, was it men who kind of set these standards? And I feel like in westernized society, yes, predominantly men set the standard for what number one made a woman attractive, but also two set the standard for how women should thrive. You should be at home making babies. You should have a wife. You should be at home cooking dinner. So like all of these standards are kind of put into place by men, right? Because at the end of the day, like women have always been the backbone, the rib for men. I don't care what anybody says. That's just what it is. Like our job as women is to love, right? And to make your house a home. That's literally, even that's biblically. And then men, your job is to provide and to protect. And so I think now there's like this evolution of women understanding their power and their feminine energy, and not just your feminine energy, but just our power alone. And it's not it's not resonating with a lot of men who have this old ideal of what a woman should look like. And I think when we're looking at getting married and being in a union with someone and that giving weight to me as a woman, I think there are pressures from yes family, specifically your elders. So like I am 42. I have no kids. Like, and my mom and my aunts are always like, bitches, you gay? And I'm like, no. Like, you don't want no babies. I'm like, listen, I don't want to be nobody baby mother, right? I'm trying to be a wife before I jump into, and I think that is the problem. Like they are willing to sacrifice their peace of mind just to subside, just to uphold this image of what womanhood should look like. And so you are getting outside pressure from your family. I feel like my friends know what it is. They love on me. So it's like not any pressure, but it's definitely like these societal standards that are like, hurry up, your clock is ticking. Hurry up and have kids. If you don't have kids now, they're drying up. Like if I meet another man that asks me, why ain't you got no kids? And be like, listen, just because I have good pum pum management does not mean it's something wrong with me. Like, go ahead. I see you.
Now I wanted to
So
ask
no,
you a
no,
question.
no, no. But shout out to Josh W in the
Shout
building,
out to
also
Judge.
D the
That
generous
was
in
a
the
good.
building. Go
But
ahead.
let me ask you a question,
Mhm.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Do your friends' lifestyle ever give you pressure?
Ooh, okay. So let's get into that because you did talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like,
Because a lot of my friends I've been knowing since I was in my 20s, like college, like that's where a lot of them are getting married. A lot of them do have kids. So like the way I am able to freely move and go about, a lot of my friends are not. And I will say, if I can be really transparent with y'all, there was this point where I was like, Lord, just bring me some friends who can move like me. Like, Lord, just put the right people in my space so that I can, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't mean I don't love my friends, but I don't want to be disrespectful to their unions. I don't want to be disrespectful I love them that much to say, listen, I can find something else to feed this void for me. Which kind of brings me back to another point. When we're talking about marriage, we're really talking about relationship and what are you willing to do to make that shit work? Does that mean outsourcing some of your wants and needs so that you can compromise for your mate? But we're gonna leave that someplace else. But I do feel like my friends, it did bother me, but it didn't really pressure me because again, like I was on the opposite side. I came like my parents were divorced from the age I was like 13, but my dad was like in the military. So he was in the military. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. He definitely was an alcoholic. He was abusive. So it wasn't like I did not have this healthy environment of relationship or the example of relationships growing up. So I said all that to say, like, I am not pressed to rush into a relationship out of the fear of ending up like that. You get what I'm saying? Like ending up in a union or a
That was my
connection.
question. That was the
Yeah.
question I wanted to ask you because I want to say you think that kind of hinder you from finding a healthy relationship because what you saw between your own father and mother.
Yeah,
Oh,
being
for sure.
scared. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like before I started my own healing, like I see a therapist. Everybody, I think everyone should.
We all
But
have.
We
yeah,
all
so
have. Yeah.
I feel like before, like I was a runner. So like in the clip where she was like, this generation is weak. We run at the sign of discomfort or disagreement. I agree because there is this pocket of being uncomfortable with like healing or identifying what you're dealing with. And there was for me definitely like things would pop up for me, and I'd be like, oh no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm out. Like it's stuff that I could probably deal with. Like now that I look back, I'm like, oh, I could have worked through that. But I was a runner, baby. I was like, oh no, no, I'm out. My friends be like, what the hell is wrong with you? And it's just out of fear. Like I don't want to get caught up in thinking I am in union, in love, in relationship with someone, only for them to turn and be this beast later on. So
Someone in the chat asked you a question. They say, Stephanie, have you heard and that Jesse Lee Peterson?
JLP?
Yeah, that Jesse Lee Peterson. Have you heard of him?
No.
She said no.
Who is Jesse
Yeah.
Lee Peterson?
No,
He's
like a
he's a
pastor.
black conservative. Yeah.
He's a black conservative. Yeah.
Black conservative pastor. Yeah. Like he talks about that a lot about marriage and relationships and issues within of course in the black community.
For sure. I feel okay, so I'm probably gonna get killed and eaten up in the comments for this, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Anyway, I even have I give like folks that are moving in. I believe in God. I'll say this. I believe in God.
Yep.
I do not believe in religion.
Yeah.
The reason why I do not believe in religion is because it is man-made and often men, not men, but I'm just saying man kind of makes the word more applicable to what you want, the point you want to get across, if that makes sense. And so oftentimes I've seen like I'll side-eye pastors or people because it'd be like, y'all, you be the same one sliding in people's DMs. Like, you know how many deacons and Sunday school be in the DMs? Like you ready to go to dinner? No, nasty.
Trust me, I'll probably be one of them deacons because you see them women in them church, they be like, but
and the women too. Be like, I got this plate for you.
Women,
I got this plate for you.
I can't. What's the issue there? You say men not going to church. Look, women be in the DMs too.
Yeah.
Pray for us. Look, I can't want to answer that.
No. I'm about to say something. You know, not all men are going to church. She's talking about the deacon. Them niggas been there.
Yeah,
the niggas out there been there. Niggas like me are outside looking from outside like he got all the women. Why we need to come? You know what I'm saying?
But also on the last one, remember on Wednesday show, Stephanie said there's an issue with women literally finding mates out here. That's our current stuff on Cash App. Not Cash App, dating apps and all this. So now there's a popular TikToker who pretty much asked her follower pretty much donate like 3K so they could Hakeem so she could find a matchmaker. You believe this? Go ahead. Let's play the clip. I'm not making this up. This is a clip. She went
It,
viral. So,
it's good, and that's going to segue to one of the questions that you had listed for
yeah,
us.
it's about the dating site,
Oh,
the
okay,
dating
okay.
app. Yes, go right ahead.
30-year-old single mom, and I'm still looking for my soulmate. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I have been through hell and back with dating, and I'm so tired of using the dating apps. I'm so tired of doing the same thing and being let down and being disappointed. And so I thought long and hard about this, and I really, really want to hire a matchmaker. Also because I literally live in the worst city for dating statistically, and I feel like a matchmaker will be able to weed out the men that are not serious, weed out the men that are not financially stable, and allow the men that are serious about looking for the love of their lives in a long-term relationship and bring them to the forefront. And that's exactly what I need. Now, the only thing that's getting in my way is that hiring a matchmaker is actually extremely expensive. I am a single mom, so unfortunately I can't go spend all my money on that. And that's why I have created a GoFundMe account. I did link it in my bio. I've never done this before. I've never asked people for money on the internet. I'm extremely nervous, but it's just something that I am very passionate about and that I really believe in. I really think that it could really help me find the love of my life. And so I think that, it could possibly work. So if that's something that you're able to do, I really appreciate it. If you're not able to donate, then just liking the video, just sharing the video, commenting on the video will help boost the video and get it to people that may be able to help me out and donate. But yeah, I'm tired of doing the same thing. I'm tired of doing the same thing, and I think this will be a fun experience, especially for those people who are in the same boat as me, that they are looking for love and they're looking for new ways to meet people or do things. And I think as a single parent, it's also hard. So I can't wait to possibly, hopefully meet this goal and share that experience with you. So, okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Go ahead, Stephanie. Go ahead, Stephanie.
He's
Dive
like,
in.
girl. I feel like, listen, if that's the journey she wants to take for her, go ahead and do it. That ain't I feel like that's not my plight. I don't, how can I say this? For me, again, I'm about to get eaten up, but I feel like it's giving, like desperate. And I feel like when we move out of disparity, that's when we start to ignore a lot of these red signs because we're so fixated on, I gotta get it. Why are you laughing?
No, you say desperate. I'm like,
It's getting hot in here today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I'm not gonna give you push, but I'm gonna let you finish your tape. But it's not
Yeah.
desperate. Go ahead.
Okay, the only reason why I say desperate, and I just feel like what's gonna be for you is gonna be for you, regardless of how you go about doing it. I think if now is not the time for you to have a man, even if you really, really, or you think you really, really want it, like you got to sit in this space and be uncomfortable oftentimes and do some work on yourself before you go out seeking money. Like you seeking money that you don't have to be with a man. Do you get what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm just saying, like, it seems like there is some work that needs to be done. And I can only speak to that because I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like to be out here and be like, damn, like, what's wrong with me? I'm on these dating apps and everybody that I'm meeting, like, she talking about filtering out and making sure fellas is financially stable. But it's like, but sis, you asking for $3,000 from a GoFundMe. And I don't know if that means that you're financially stable, but it definitely sounds to me like you are getting funds that you don't have. It's almost just like, I don't know. I just feel like $3,000 is a lot. And here's the gag. The gag is you spend this $3,000 to get with this guy, just like these dudes who be playing roles on the internet, playing roles in your face. You're susceptible to that too. That's why I like just let stuff happen organically, so there will be no financial loss that in that capacity. I don't know if I'm making sense, but DB
100%.
said very
No,
desperate.
no, no,
It's
no.
giving very desperate.
Hey, no, but shout out to Killer Swag in the building. Also, Why High is also in the
Why?
building. Me, I disagree. I don't think she's being desperate at all. I think she's doing what most women are suffering today. Women, I
Yeah.
told Hakeem, I've been telling Hakeem this for a very long time. There is a lot of single women out here. I don't care what the internet tell me. I don't care what the women say on Instagram, Facebook. Doesn't matter. Or even on YouTube. A lot of women are single. They're not desperate. They really are trying to find a mate. Now, there is women that I totally disagree with when it comes to aspect for her because she is a single mother. I was like, baby girl, go back
Oh,
to your
yes.
baby daddy. Go back to your baby daddy. You
Whoa.
have a man lined up. You just want that man that making 6 figures or that's pretty much a baller. She can be like, oh, I want to live well off. No, some of these women have guys that quote unquote in a friend zone. So you telling me out of all those guys that's in your phone that's in your friends, or you can't tell me all them not good mates for you? No, stop the cap. It's just
Yeah.
women like to play games. I would say,
Whoa,
come
whoa,
on,
whoa.
man, you
Okay,
a
we're not gonna
40
generalize and
yourself.
say women, sir.
Ooh.
All of us. We ain't gonna generalize.
I ain't gonna say all of them, but some I'm gonna say some
Some do.
like to play games, and
Some
And
do.
so
she's probably one of them. I'm like,
she,
stop playing games, man.
yeah.
Look, and she's a beautiful black woman. You see, I'm not going in. She's
Uh-uh.
gorgeous.
I'm
So you telling me a woman like
about-
that, you gonna remain single like that? Hell no.
Yeah. And I forgot that I even it didn't even dawn on me like she's a single mother. And you asking for $3,000 to find a man? Like, come on, sis.
Ooh.
Some women, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong,
Anyway,
there is
okay.
some
Let's.
women that do. Some women do have issues finding a man. I'm not gonna lie. There is some women because they be
Oh.
like, okay, my baby daddy wasn't it, my husband wasn't it. So what is what is there out there for me? Finding someone that's gonna help you in your result. Like if I have issue with finances, I'm gonna say a financial advisor. It's the same
Mhm.
thing. So I think it's beneficial for her. But come on, this type of woman, you think she's gonna have issues? Like let's be honest here.
Yeah, and I think kind of goes back to what you're saying, like the caliber of man that maybe she's attracted, right? Like I
Hood
definitely,
niggas,
yeah.
snitches, hood. She's probably tired of
So
the hood. You get what I'm
yes,
saying?
so I definitely think like, and I will because I'm the same journey she's on like trying to find a mate. Same journey I'm on, right? But it does go down to like what caliber of men are you attracted? And then if I'm attracting a certain caliber of men, I got to look at myself like, what am I doing to attract this man? And number two, not only what am I doing, but am I entertaining it? So in my past, oh yeah, give me bullet shot wounds, cigarette burns. You got tattoos? How many times you been to jail? Just twice? It's fine, right? Like I'll entertain it, but like now the adult healed Stephanie is starting to like, I gotta project and put a certain type of energy out. And just how you said, Hakeem, like you looking like money when you get on here, like that's energy. That ain't nothing but like energy. And I like that's what I want to attract. Like I want to attract someone who sees that. Like, and don't get me wrong, LA got a lot of houseless folks and drug substance abuse users. They'll holler because they ain't got
Yeah.
shit to lose. You hear me?
Yeah.
But I'm talking about in the club or in the coffee shop or in the gym, like people who attract to you and holler at you in those settings. Like I got to be okay. And it kind of goes to the next one of the clips we're going to talk about. Like I'm super vain. I'm a Pisces. So I'll be like, oh, you don't look the way I think you should look. Or I'm not attracted to you. So, and that's another reason why a lot of women are single. It's because we blocking blessings based off of looks. So.
Oh man, yeah, that's a next clip. That's coming up.
That's
But
a
go
good
ahead.
listen.
That's coming up. Go
So,
ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm sorry.
Let me give you my. So I want to attack this from two different points.
Let's go. Two different points.
So that video was so short that the nuances of what she's saying, we needed a little bit more backstory.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'm gonna say is this: I read the description. She's in Atlanta, one of the most competitive dating markets in the world. I read.
75%.
No, Atlanta's
75% of the men in Atlanta
Atlanta's
secretly
not
like
competitive.
men.
I can't
But
disagree. Atlanta's not competitive.
let's
Miami's
think about
competitive.
this.
New York,
Miami's
LA,
no,
LA
Miami
too.
everywhere you competitive for good looking black men who are financially stable. It is a free for all now. Let's get that straight.
Okay.
Yes, she's beautiful, but that's a dime a dozen in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dime a dozen in Miami or LA.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this straight now. What separates you from the thousands of women who can't get the ballers? How fine are you to get the bus drivers, the mechanics, and the plumbers? That's really who you competing for now. Not the niggas, not the 100K. Let's be real about it. I'm trying to be very nice about this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be very nice about this because she might. And this here's another thing is too. I'm going because this why I said this, and we wanted to say, she said, Hakeem and Roni, help your community think about single mom as a wife. Here's the thing.
Yeah. That's a good one.
She has a child that already knocks you down in the dating market. Listen.
No, I disagree.
Listen. Listen now. Even with a nigga like me, I don't have no kids. Sometimes I'm thinking, why am I get with a woman with kids for? And I work this good job and I got resources and I got this going on. Why am I relinquish money to? I'm telling you how a lot of men think like this. I know dudes with money and who don't have no kids who over 40. They're not checking for women with single moms, especially in Atlanta. I'm being very serious with you. I know it hurts and it stings, but women need to understand men. Segue to your question that you asked in the back, and we're going to say this. You asked the question, and we can tackle this. And she say, are we just 4 S's out here looking for 10s? What role does physical attraction play when it comes for looking for love?
Yeah.
Let's get now, mind you, that question you asked depend on the price point of a man. Most men who from a lower socioeconomic, think about it. Listen, most men from a lower socioeconomic status are not going to be too concerned about a woman's looks. Most men from a middle might have some situations about it, but will still accept. Most men who are higher are going to be very prejudicial. The more money a man make, the more he's going to judge a black woman, the more he's going to criticize her situation. The less money a man makes, he's going to be very accepting about a lot of things. You having kids, you being overweight, you coming from the hood. I'm only telling you this, what I've seen and experienced as a man who's still actively out here dating. And
dating. So, quick question for you and Stephanie: do dating app works? Then, do you believe in dating apps?
Not for men.
I don't believe it works for. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think it worked for women either. Just with my experience, it's like a lot of the pictures don't be like the math don't be mathing. You feel me? Like, and I think for me, like once I even feel comfortable enough to give you my my phone number, like I'm big on like let's talk on the phone. Like text messaging is cool, but I need to hear your voice, right? And even that, like just like you're not even able to hold a conversation on the phone, then I'm cool. That's like the superficial stuff. Like deeper stuff, I've had men who have asked me out on dates, right? Went on dates. Like I'm not gonna knock it, was like worked for he didn't work for the city, but he did like some construction stuff. And we would I would meet him for lunch breaks and we'd have, like little stuff. I'm not a drastic girl. Anyway, come to find out, he's homeless, living out the backseat of his car, but got a full-time job. I'm not about that life.
Whoa.
Like I met you. Oh yeah. They're what we call hobosexuals, right? Like these are men who have full-time jobs, but live in their car and they're looking.
Did he pay for the dates?
Huh?
Did he pay for the dates?
Let's talk about that too.
But how you find out he was living in his car? Hold on. She giving out the juice.
I'm giving to
listening. If he's listening, we could drop the link for him. You never know. Like, yo,
they do.
But go ahead.
They do, and like so when it comes to like for me, and I'll probably get eaten up again. For me, when I first meet you, boom. So Hakeem, let's say you reach out, you're like, let's meet up and let's go see each other for the first time, right? It's a date. The way my brain thinks is I am not going to have this man pay for me. And it's not because I know. Just hear me out. Let me cook. Let me cook. I'm not gonna let this man cook. Pay for me, and it's not because I'm trying to take masculinity or show that I am independent. That has nothing to do with it. I think for me, it's more of a safety barrier for me because I've been in situations where men have paid, and because they have paid, they think they are obligated to have access to me. And if they don't have access to me, then I'm treated a certain way. So I think just to make it privy and everyone is safe, you're safe to cut, walk away if you're not interested in me. I'm not out here trying to find a free meal. It's literally, I genuinely want to get to know, is this a connection or not? And like when I do have the conversation, like most guys, like, oh my God, I ain't never met no woman that let you. And it's like, yeah, like I don't think first date should be that, because I don't even know if I like you. You don't even know if you like me. Why should you feel obligated to have to pay for me? Now, moving forward, if you invite me to do something, which is what this dude was doing. So like moving forward, he invited, he's like, let's go to this, we went to a concert. I ain't never been to his house. We have been talking for about a month. Red flags. I was like, so you either live with your girlfriend or you married. And I let him know this. This is two things. So I need to be inside of your house before, do you feel what I'm saying? Like, these are the expectations for me in order for me to feel at ease. He was like, no, like, you ain't going, I live with a bunch of dirty niggas. You don't want to come up in here. Da, 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 da. Well, then let me see the address to the house. Like, because at this point you playing. Anyway, I applied so much pressure. This man was like, look, I've been living out my car for 3 months. I just moved from Houston. I'm trying to get it together. I'm like, well, okay. Dating should be like, the money you spending on these concert tickets should be the last. You feel me? But yeah, there's that.
No, but at least he was honest, because he could have lied to you and got a hotel and be like, yo, I live here. He was straightforward. You gotta appreciate him for that, no?
Yeah, I mean, I know only because I had to apply pressure to get it. If these are things that you're okay with telling, like if you would have told me from jump, and this is what I think oftentimes a lot of people don't do, stand in your truth, stand unapologetic in your truth, and respect that person enough to make their decision about you based on your truth. Like, don't come telling me no bullshit and then get mad when I'm like, get the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? Like, so like let me know what it is. Like, if you out here and you like don't want no girlfriend, you just out here because you trying to fuck, let me know that. If you married and your wife allow you to date other women, let me know that. That doesn't mean it's gonna be a yes. I'll respectfully decline, but I appreciate you for letting me know.
Ashley, don't start that rumor. I ain't cheating. This is the conversation we're having.
Yo, so Stephanie,
I'm just saying, at least being honest. But go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. So, do you think looks play a part in for you when you're dating, or has it played a part against you?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you say that?
Wait,
somebody
that's for the
said,
next topic. How can you jump? You jumping forward?
No, because that was the question. That was the question.
That's for the next
you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah. We gotta sum it up. But that was hold that thought.
Okay.
That's actually for the next one.
I just wanted to taste the banana pudding.
No, somebody said in the comments, girl, give up that coochie. Hands on your knees. Hands on. Okay, ain't no sexy red over here. I'm not giving up my poo-poo.
Shout out to the new subscriber. Say, oh, that's Kiki. What's going on, Kiki? That's from Shiesty Avengers.
Yay.
Shout out to Kiki.
What's going on, Kiki? Nice to meet you. I met her the other day on Ashton's channel. Shout out to Ashton. He be having women over there as well. So, Stephanie, you should go over there on the Shiesty Avengers. They be having good conversation.
I'm here for it. Y'all a good time.
No, but I want to go in this aspect. I can't. We'll move on to the attraction part. But I just want to ask you a question, because you made a good point when it comes to the aspect of dating. How you willing to pay for dates because you don't feel pressure that you have to sleep with somebody. Now, here's the thing: most men, the only reason why we put the sex into play is because we don't want to feel like we're gonna be used.
Yes.
We're not doing it because we won't say. We're doing that so we don't want to be used, because we don't be like, I don't want to take this girl to Pound 112, because in Miami we got something called Pound 112, very expensive restaurant. I can't been very expensive. Nothing's under $100.
Under $100.
Over $100.
Benihana's.
Benihana, like, we take a woman there, our mind like, okay, we know she's gonna raise the bill up. We know it. So okay, at the end of the day, I want to make sure I'm smashing or not. So that's why I think those type of conversations you should have in the beginning.
Yeah.
They're actually doing on the first date. That's the downfall of men. Go ahead, Akeem.
Sometimes is being frank. I say, do I look good enough for me to lay on top of you? Like, you got to have that, because women might say, oh, let's go on a date. I say, hey, do you see yourself having sex with me? I know it's a tough question, but if the physical attraction not there, why waste time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because if you're physically attracted, then everything else can fall. Now you can say, okay, let's see how you are. Me personally, I used to take girls on really expensive dates. I stopped that because I see the games they was playing. Yeah,
Correct.
we gonna go to the cheap spots until I know it's official. Until I know you down for the count. Then I might take you to Seasons 52. We might splurge a little. I might take you to go get some jollof rice or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We might get it, but nah. But that's not the case though. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And I don't think women understand that too. The pressures we gotta go to as far as having to put money up to appease somebody at dating. It could right now in this time, dating 5 people in a week is $500, over $800 with parking and all that. And people say,
Mm.
oh, that's just the price of dating. But okay, a nigga gonna apply pressure if you saying,
No,
oh,
but no,
take
but
me.
I can't. But you don't have to take them to a restaurant all the time. You can take a woman to a park.
Listen,
Women will have a good time at a park
uh,
with a bag of McDonald's. You
they're
get what
gonna
I'm saying?
tell you you're not stable if you don't take me to a park. They're gonna say you're not stable, or you taking me to a park. Why can't we go eat? Most women, most of these women here want to go eat a full meal. And then when you start asking for money, yeah, I'm gonna ask for the pussy. I'm
That's what
Mm.
I'm saying.
listen, I'm gangster
Exactly.
like that. Like when we start talking about money early, I said, okay, I'm back on this bullshit. Okay, what that mouth do then? You want 400?
No,
Come
but
on, my nigga.
DB say you capping. You
I'm
capping
not
like you capping.
listen. I'm not DB. I'm not capping. I'm with the shit. I'm 100% with the shit. When
DB
you
said, "Oh hell no."
no,
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 I'm
yeah,
saying you.
no.
I can't be capping.
I'm
You know what I'm saying?
100%. No, I'm not. You. She just don't know. Try me then, because I'm on that now.
Oh, Hakeem, the top of this in comment. What did she say?
Oh,
Belly full isn't sexy. That's what I'm saying.
okay. She said.
That's what I'm saying.
She said,
You
do
can take a woman
gentlemen?
to a park.
She said, do women really think that taking a girl to a stakeout and having a heavy meal is going to be smart, or if we want to have fun time later? Like it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I eat different. Okay, you're a different kind of woman. Let's say that. Listen. I'm from one of the most materialistic cities in the world, just
Mm.
like
We
Los
are.
Angeles and them. Where the only reason why I got into the streets was to please women. I wanted
That's
to
a
get
fact.
trinkets. He knows me. He seen me on the streets running wild,
Yeah.
trying to get 2-door cars, GTPs, getting tattoos on me, slapping niggas in the face, just to prove a point to fuck the baddest bitches. That was
Hey, 70 was so bad. 70 was so bad. Hakeem had 10 women.
listen,
10. 10 women. 10
listen.
women.
We was out here rough. I was running with a bunch of. We was out here. I just wanted to be with the ghetto rubies.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
same
what I mean?
way.
But I come from a 2-parent household though.
Mm-hmm.
So segue. I don't want to put this too long, and this is why we're like this. And we didn't answer that question you asked. What dating apps you think is good? And I'm gonna just give a segue. I'm gonna tell people this: if you looking to get married, Hinge is the place to go.
Ain't Hinge for gay people?
No. Hinge is not for gay people. A
Which one
lot.
is for gay?
Listen, I'm about to tell you.
Tell
Hinge,
me.
Hinge has a lot of regular women who don't look. They look normal, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them get married. They're with the bullshit though. They're with the bullshit. They want expensive dates. But a lot of them
Mm-hmm.
on there looking to get married. A lot of the girls on there have other niggas, side niggas. They do. And they get into arguments with their boyfriend. We talking about the women with good jobs and they graduated from college.
Mm-hmm.
Tag if you want nasty sex. Nasty raw sex. Tag
Hey,
the nasty.
shout out to Jordan, man. Shout out to Jordan for saying this. Jordan
Hey,
is
Jay
in the building.
Boogie, the
Hey,
new dad.
The new dad.
listen, yeah.
I can't,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't even see Mimi comment. You see what I'm saying? Some women like parks.
Yeah,
Mimi,
I was just gonna say, like, it ain't. I agree with Mimi. Like, I would prefer. I don't even like to go out to eat. Like my best friends will tell you that.
y'all
I
different.
hate going out to eat.
Yeah.
Take me to
70,
like an
thank you.
arcade. Take me to the park.
Yeah,
Take me to go
anomalies.
see,
Arcade.
do something
Yeah,
fun.
She
Like,
said arcade and
y'all
everything, bro.
anomalies then. Y'all
yeah,
anomalies.
like I could care less. Like, I'm not here for like sitting down and eating. Like, and then I'm full for the whole day. for the rest of the night. Like I don't want none of that. I do want to say one thing because they kept on saying like I'm not gonna give you my address after one date. You dummies! I'm not asking for no address after one date. That was after dating that nigga for a month. Relax.
Listen,
So shout out to no, but look at Mimi comment.
she
That's
said
what most women prefer.
she said
Mm-hmm.
that, but she said that. But men who are really out here date, I've yet to meet a woman who said that. Every
Yeah,
woman
bro.
say, "Let's go to
No, because you
Benihana's."
setting it up, bro. You don't want to tell it. Remember, you setting it up. You
No,
the planner.
let,
Women follow your lead, bro. They
let's
follow you.
let's also get something straight too. I'll make you laugh about this.
You know you always make me laugh.
Listen. A woman will look at a man and know if he's a sucker or not. Sometimes people say, "My face look like come over and let's have a good time." Let me use you. Some people, you see, I'm kidding. Some people say, "I'm gonna use this dark skinned nigga," not knowing I'm the demon in disguise.
Oh Lord.
Shout out to
I am,
Monster
I
Selling
am
holding down the Twitch world. Shout out to
I
Monster
am the
Selling.
devil that walks the earth.
Shout out to
Oh
Boy Chase in the
Lord.
building.
Listen. I'm telling you this. As I've been out here dating, for some reason, a lot of these girls think I have this mythical bag. This mythical bag.
Hakeem, can you always giving out gifts? Stop doing that.
Listen.
You
I
give out.
love the kids. I love the kids. I pay for the kids' foods. I sometimes pay for the kids' food. I give money at the thing. I'm a little bit different. I'm old school nigga. Old man Johnson raised me on the block. He said, "Make sure you cut a check, nigga."
No, they do that stuff. They do. I was taught the same thing.
I'm
Too.
from the
They
South.
do.
He said
Yeah.
he knows he come right up under me. So we come from that era where you at the grocery store or you at the corner store and you seeing somebody and you seeing a girl scrambling up for a couple change.
Like, don't worry
Man,
about it. I got you.
take that,
I got you.
take that and go on. I pay for it. I do that all the time, even with older. But here's the thing though. As I began dating, women was like, "Hey, you're gonna take me to Benihana." Oh, hold on now.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Hold on now, Shorty.
No, but she demanded you take her to Benihana.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
I've had
That's
several
wrong.
women say this. She say, "I know you looking for something, so you're gonna treat me." I say, "Hold on now, shot. Take you to Benihana's. I just met you."
Yeah.
Some first days I met girls ask me to pay their rent. Some days women say ask me to pay their light bill. Some people gave me a list of chores that I need to pay for. So then I said, "Okay, I need to come in your mouth then."
Oh, somebody said, Hakeem, they think you're a teddy bear in real life.
No, Hakeem,
Listen.
he's a real teddy bear, but
No,
Teddy bear in real life.
don't see that dark side of him. Just
listen, I'm a
let me
real
see that dark side of him. You don't want
I'm
to see
a
that
real
dark
sweet
side.
person, but I'm a real sweet person, but over the time have made me become
Yeah.
a criminal for love.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
said makes you become a what for love?
A criminal for love.
Mm.
I'm gangster with it. I'm asking for my listen. I'm so full blown gangster with it. I'm asking for my toenails clipped in the first week.
By who?
If I'm meeting you,
Because she asked about who.
By that, so a week. Wait. So a week in, you're gonna be like, clip my toenails.
Yeah. Listen. If you doing that, I'm not gonna pressure you for sex. Then.
So you mean to tell me that somebody clipping your toenails substitutes? That's too much. I feel like that's even worse than just giving up the poom poom. And I don't know why.
How that's worse?
I don't know why, but I will refuse to cut a man's toenails on the first week.
I'm asking for you to cook a meal in an apron.
I'm logging off. I'll talk to y'all later.
No. I'm asking you to cook a meal.
Ain't no goddamn way.
No, listen. You dealing with I'm on that now. I'm on that type of bullshit. And when we pass that threshold, I'm asking for on-demand sex.
Yeah. So, but what are you? And so then this leads to the next, which is like the big question that I hate. But it's like, what are you doing for that woman to make to have her wanting to do those types of things for you? Because here's the thing, you might find someone who's willing to do that for you. But I think the question is in reciprocation. Like, what are you doing for her? Like, what are you willing to do so that this woman would do these things that you so desire? Getting your fingernails cut, toenails cut is wild, my boy.
Yeah.
It is wild.
And listen, not only cut, you're gonna have to scrub the back of my feet. I want you to cook for me. I want you to wash my clothes. But here's the thing: what I'm giving you guidance. I'm being your spiritual. listen,
Hey,
listen,
live
listen,
on the
listen,
long haul.
You got my girl
Live on the
back there
long haul.
cracking
listen,
up
listen,
laughing.
listen. I'm giving you guidance. Listen. I'm giving you spiritual connection. I'm giving you.
But
Listen. I'm protecting you. Listen, no matter what, I'm gonna cut the check now. You going?
so money.
Listen. I'm changing the car oil. I'm taking it. If I'm looking, I might not tell you. I might be over at your house sleeping. I might look through the bill, see a bill need to be paid. I said I go and pay this today for.
So I think everything that you said is cool, but I think the one thing is missing from your statement is it depends on what she wants from me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think it really depends on what that want is from that particular woman. All the things you listed are wonderful.
Yeah.
I think all the things you listed are great. However, I think money is the main thing, and I could be wrong, but I think money in a relationship, when a man brings money into a relationship, oftentimes that man thinks, because I am bringing in this check, I am free to move about as I want, and I have you on demand because you are a woman. And I think that is like toxic masculinity.
Not necessarily.
I think so.
Some of it, but listen, I didn't also broke the layers back too. I'm also watching your corny shows with you.
Mm,
I'm taking you to pottery class.
mm-hmm,
We're gonna go to trips, and I'm gonna say, hey, how are you
Hey,
feeling today?
wow.
How you mentally
mm-hmm,
feeling today? I'm that type of nigga to ask you them questions after we cross those thresholds, after we
mm-hmm,
cross the burning sands of Oasis.
mm-hmm.
When we get there, we're gonna open. Now, here's the thing: reason why men think about the money aspect, because women have brought it to us so much. Most men don't ask for. Listen, most men don't even bring money into a conversation until a woman brings it. So when you make that the precedent, we're gonna set the standard now.
I get
I
that. I
agree.
can receive that.
That's
You
fair.
see what I'm
I
saying?
can
That's
receive.
fair.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if that's like the leading topic of and I think it kind of going back to like this is like way back in our conversation where you were like, if a woman starts off talking to me and it's immediately about money, my mind goes straight to, so you about to suck this dick though.
Oh,
So
I'm going there.
yeah,
Listen.
I get that. I think I can receive that. But then the question is like, what if she isn't?
Oh,
Like,
I'm.
what if she isn't? And even in relationship, like, what if to see if
Yeah,
I'm reading the
why?
comments.
Yeah,
I shouldn't
no,
read these
yeah,
comments. I need to
yeah,
stop.
Yeah.
why? This is no. You can have fun with them. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can
Yeah.
have fun with them.
Now, if she not like that, I totally treat this different. I've met women.
Yeah.
I've met women like that.
Yeah.
I met a woman one time a few years back. The first time I met her, this is what made me clearly not think about sack or think about being on top and sweating on top of her. She was like, hey, you wanna know something? I'm gonna cook you something today. This first time meeting her, she said, I'm gonna cook you something. I don't know you like that. I'm gonna take you somewhere. We
Oh,
gonna
that's
meet
nice.
somewhere. I didn't. She was bad enough for me to take her to the restaurant. That's why I said, okay, I'm not gonna ask for the sack now. So she took me. She had cooked food, brought me somewhere. We was eating. We had a good time. We laughed. I said, hey, you want to know something? I like neo soul music. Let's go see Guapale. I remember this vivid. I took her to go see Guapale. Y'all don't know who y'all might not know who Guapale is.
I know who she is. She sings that one song.
Yeah, she's that one song.
Um,
I seen it. I liked it. So I took her there. We was
EP.
hanging out. I forgot that I didn't even ask for the pussy. And we had been 3 months in. She was spending the night over. I wasn't, we was spending the night in the bed, but I could tell she had come from I was trying to figure out some things because there's some things I wasn't asking because she'll come be at the crib, was washing clothes. I was asking if she needed something. She was like, I don't need it. The
Mm.
only reason why I did not marry her, I'm going to be real about it.
Mhm. She didn't clip your toenails.
No. She was doing some things. She was doing some things. Because when we had crossed the burning sands of Oasis, I was standing in front of her porch acting
Mm,
crazy. She did not, we couldn't get to the kids aspect. She was uncomfortable talking about that. And I
mm,
don't, you know what I mean? And I was telling her, I said, hey, let's work through this. Like, let's talk about it. She didn't want to talk about that. So then I had to leave her because I'm very set in my ways. I want to build a family. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? I want a family. I want that nuclear family. I want to be able to give to a woman what my daddy gave to my mama. 43 years of support and quick gangsterism when anybody said anything to my mama.
So she said no, she didn't want that. She just wanted.
Let me tell you something. I've learned in my travels not to push women too hard because they're gonna tell you when they feel like they want to tell you. I wasn't gonna sit around here and wait.
So you really didn't like her that much if you wasn't willing to
No,
wait.
no, no, no. Listen. We all on time limits.
Yeah.
Don't waste my time. I've already proved to you I didn't even tap that ass. Cause that's the biggest bargaining chip now. Most niggas is leaving in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I stayed past 4 months and I'm doing shit for you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, when we start to get around to serious conversations, I say, hey, I'm trying to have a family. What's your take on it? She said, you want to know something? That's not something I'm ready to tackle. Okay, if you don't got time to tackle, you need to go talk to God then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm freely telling you all my business. I'm telling you my traumas, my hurt. You know what I mean? I'm telling you I'm in therapy. I'm strengthening my relationship with God. I'm reading the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
But then how can you actually prove in lower spike protein point? You were saying most women don't like emotional men. Cause look, you was open, you're special feeling, and yet she still.
She
I don't.
he
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I would disagree, and I can only speak from my experience. 'Cause my
Go right
perception
ahead.
is my reality. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't think I would not shy away from an emotional man. I think I would shy away from a man who does not know how to deal with their emotions. It's the difference. If
Okay.
you open up to me and let me know your childhood traumas, and I get what you're saying, Hakeem, because it is difficult to be honest and transparent with someone about your trauma, about things that you've dealt with, and when it's not reciprocated, it could definitely feel one-sided. But which I think is like, if we're having these conversations and you're like pouring what you've been through, like, I'm going to reciprocate that and build, like, pour into you, especially if you're pouring into me. Now, there's a difference though. Like, if you're just walking around slapping bitches because you angry, or stealing, or being distraught, like, I've seen men like lose their mind, punch holes in the wall, break glass windows. Like, these are people that's like emotional. Like, so, like, emotional men is not the problem. It's like, we need to have men who are aware of their emotions and know how to deal with them appropriately, and not respond to them in such a chaotic way. And that goes for both sides, because I've seen women do the same thing. Like, women will respond in the same manner. So I definitely think, like, folks who are honest about what they're going through and their journey is cool with me. Talk to me, because I could probably pour into you, or you could probably pour into me. That's fine. But it's when you're not. It's people who don't talk about it that scare me. Because,
Mm,
like, what are you holding on to?
Most of
mm.
us don't feel there's a safe space to talk.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you.
You
Because
know
a
what?
lot of black, mm-hmm.
No, go ahead, finish.
No, I feel like a lot of black men have been told, like, you don't cry,
Don't cry.
suck
When
it
I
up.
like you, then you go and fuck my friend. Then
Yeah.
that ain't right.
Wait, who
A
fucking your
fact.
friends? What happened now? You
No,
said somebody fucking
you
your friends?
I'm just singing a rap. This is where it said
Oh,
mm-hmm.
okay.
when we listen. When a real man love you, even a thug, we get intoxicated. We
Mm-hmm.
don't see nothing else. And when you break our heart, it could be anything. It's hard to come from that. And this is
True.
why. And this is why I've been very single for so long, because I do love hard, and I try to be
Mm-hmm.
very strategic about who I let into my space, because I start to trip.
Mm.
But and when I say trip, meaning that I have been to therapy and talked to my therapist about this and understand this and trying to, for the main reasons to be, and a lot of men are not willing to do that work because of the negative stigmatism about it and don't think they don't need it. But let's also be honest about this. For men who really serious about dating, they're going to have problem finding a wife. If there's couple things that are not met, you could be a nice person. You might be too nice for some people. A lot of women don't want to
Mm-hmm.
address that too. Some women might look at you like a doormat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
If you're too yes, but when you segue into another thing is when you deal with another race of men are just the same way a really nice black guy is.
Mm.
Mm.
Think about that. You deal
Hmm.
with a white boy. White boys typically gonna do whatever for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if it's a nice black guy who's willing to run the mile, he's too soft. So when I start acting gangster, I've learned coming from where I come from in my trials. I've learned that I've only get the most respect and the most sack is when I start acting like a fucking donkey.
And I feel like, and I'm not even gonna hold you, because I definitely, like we've always seen. I think that goes across the spans of culture, like bad boys. Like all at some point at younger ages, women want the bad boy. Like my very first boyfriend was a drug dealer, and I was in college with a car and 2 jobs, and I'm dating this nigga who was a full blown gang member and soldier. And like I look at it now and be like, what the hell was I thinking? But you're right. I think like for me now, and I kind of am pivoting back to this comment that I made yesterday, where I was like, I want a man that's gonna be able to put me in my place. And I know that rubbed some people the wrong way because someone was like, put her in her place. But really what I was speaking to like, I know that I'm outspoken.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm strong-minded, right? And I'm independent. I need someone to either match this energy or take it above. And by keeping me in my place, that means I need someone who my friends check me. Like, Stephanie, chill out.
Okay. I like
Don't do
that you
this.
Yeah, I
You get
like
what I'm
that.
saying? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
talking like you was wrong. You shouldn't have did that. Or asking or like holding me accountable for stuff. So when I'm talking about keeping me in my place, that's what I mean. I don't think somebody who isn't assertive or outspoken the way I am is going to be able to do that. If I can walk all over you, here's my fear. If I could walk all over you, I'm not going to respect you. And if I can't respect you as a man, like then what are we doing? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? And I
I,
think I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
I love that you say that.
Yeah.
I love that you say and
Shout out
we
to PJ
shout out to PJ, shout out to
and also
Simon,
Miss Reed is in the building. Go ahead.
Miss Reed.
Hey,
Shout out to Simon
PJ.
from London town. So here's the thing. What you saying is cool. Now here's the thing. Those men who are not assertive, who can't match that energy, usually date white women.
They usually date white women.
They usually date out their race. Because here's the
Mhm.
thing. Certain white women don't want a man to be assertive. And I'm only because I have this argument all the time. I'm talking about the socially awkward black guys who literally I'm talking about the socially awkward black guys who were willing to do whatever and they're not going to cuss a woman out and say, you tripping. Now, most of the time these guys get overlooked and passed off, and they usually fall into the hearts of Arabs, Asians,
Mhm.
Spanish women, when a lot of these when they really want to be with black women. But since we want to say, shut your goddamn ass up, who the
Mhm.
fuck you talking to like that?
Mhm.
Some women like that though. They
You
find that to
see
be
what
a
I'm
turn
saying?
on.
But I don't want to be like that with you.
But
Yeah,
then
I don't think I
that
want.
she don't want you to be
I
dating.
don't think I want that from my man. So I think we're confusing
No, I
aggression
know that.
with
No.
assertiveness. Yeah, like I
But
don't want. I'm definitely not gonna take for no man hollering and screaming at me.
listen. But what I did, they considered that assertiveness.
Yeah, that's not assertive.
Yeah,
That's
that's
like
what I'm saying. That's
You know what I
that's
mean?
assertive.
borderline abusive. Like
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not going to tolerate that. I do agree with you. I think often the softer spoken, the church, I'm just going to say it, churchy black men often get more play in other communities. And
Thank you.
I think I have no problem with it. I guess are we jumping into this next topic? I guess
Oh,
because
Yeah,
here
oh
we
yeah,
are.
I'm
yeah,
about to
we
jump
got
into it right now.
yeah.
I was just waiting for
Okay.
y'all to finish your last point, and I was going to say again. But we can talk about it right now. So
Listen,
pretty much, go ahead, Hakeem. You
no,
was
I
gonna
want
say
to
something?
finish the dating as we didn't finish.
Oh yeah,
Tag,
I was
Yeah.
gonna tell you to finish it. Yeah, go
tag,
ahead.
hinge if you want to get married.
Oh
Tag if
yeah.
you hinge if you really want to get married for black people. Tag if you want nasty raw sex, and you can find you all type of lost souls there. No matter what state you in, they're there. They down for whatever. That's the central. You'll find people. The slums are on there. The bottom of the barrel. I'm talking about the drawers are stank, house are dirty. The aluminum foil on the window.
The
Black
mattress is on the floor.
mattresses on the floor. So BLK is where the 304s are at. if you willing to pay a little bit money, they'll look a little bit better. The 304s is on there.
What about
Facebook.
scores?
No, I don't know scores. Facebook dating, if you want to date somebody from your past, or you
Mm.
want to date somebody in the area. It's a mix. Facebook dating's a mix. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to say that. Yeah.
What about Christian Mingle?
Man, Christian
Oh,
Mingle got a bunch of devils on there.
listen. Christian Mingle, if you want the best, easiest
Probably for another
Christian.
hour.
Listen. The best, easiest Christian sack is on Christian Mingle. Christian Mingle is easier to get sacked there than any other place there.
I agree that we
Just
can have
make
a
sure
whole
you have
conversation about that.
your Bible.
Mm.
We can go Corinthians 2.
You better cook, brother. You better cook, brother. You get the rolls on ChristianMingle.com.
Yeah.
You should never told me that, because I was like,
Listen,
the Lord forgive me for my sins.
Christian.
You forgive me.
Okay.
Listen. When you on Christian Mingle and you start talking them Bible verses, and it's like, hey, what we talking to do? I'm looking for a Proverbs 31 wife.
And Miss Reed said Black Planet used to be fire.
Woo, Jesus.
Black Planet.
Child.
Did we talk about POF already?
Oh, POF. That's where
Peter Fish.
Mm.
But moving along, cause y'all moving.
Okay,
along.
I'm sorry.
You had to calm down. But honestly, moving along, because this is the topic I think we really need to dive into. So, pretty much this clip here is a woman pretty much breaking down. Sometimes the issue is not dating. The issue is who you are attracting.
I'm loud. What the? I don't need it. I don't know. I thought you was like, get out. No.
Mute.
Oh,
Mute her.
Sorry.
I was in mute because she going in the back. Yeah. So Hakeem and Stephanie, the issue may not be the dating app. It may not be anything else. It might be the person you are attracting to. So Hakeem, play this clip of the woman breaking down. Sometimes is who you attracting.
This the one right here?
Yeah, that's the one.
Watching something on TikTok, right? This guy said everybody in the world in terms of attraction is between a 3 and a 7. And the reason why a lot of people are single is because they think that they're more appealing than what society deems them as attractive. So you might be a 4, but in your mind you're an 8. So you're gonna go to the people who are 8s, but the 8s don't want you because technically you're a 4. I said, okay, that's fair. This guy then said, if you want to figure out what the society standard you are, you need to average out the range of the men or women that you have dated previously. So if you have dated a 4, a 6, 7, then you median it. In society's eyes, you're a 5. So I checked my database, right?
And what numbers did you get?
Numbers that can ruin my self-esteem. I was watching something on TikTok, right?
So there you have it. So sometimes it's who you're attracting. You attract scales all over the place. You're a 4, but you're trying to get an 8. And the same thing goes for women. But go ahead, Steph. Dive right in. DV laughing.
Ooh, she is laughing. Listen, I feel like if you got high self-esteem off top, you're gonna be like, I'm a catch. Like I'm a 10. And that's just you being your own superstar in your own world, because you're not for everybody. And I think that's pretty much what she's talking about, is like, listen, I seen someone wrote in the comments, like, what you're attracted to will be your demise. And I agree. Like, I think that's like, who said that? I don't know who said that. PJ said that. Like, who you're attracted to will be your demise. And I agree, because your attractions will keep you in this limited box of like, I'm only attracted, for me, my thing was like athletes who are taller than me. Like I'm only 4'11". So what I was like, you at least got to be exactly. I was like, you at least got to be 5'10". You got to have a low cut. You got to have pretty smile. Like, and this is just like attraction, right? And like that will limit you, because you'll have someone who does not meet that but can still be your person, right? So I agree with PJ, like for sure your attraction will be your demise. So like I think I'm exploring that now, like looking outside of my box. I'm not being so fixated on certain physical attributes and focusing more on character for me.
So by you doing that, have you seen better results?
I'm still single.
I wasn't
Oh my
ready.
God, dog. I love
I,
your
no,
honesty.
I,
I love your honesty,
I
but I just
love
want to
that.
see
I
like
yeah,
what
wasn't
the different
ready.
result by you bringing the bar, but pretty much bringing your scale down, but yeah, you still single, so
yeah, I'm
it's
still
really not
single.
beneficial. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not. I feel like this is where I'm at. Like, even though I'm willing to look outside what I know, what my go-tos are, or what my type is, um, it's still difficult trying to navigate folks who bring in the character, right, or some of the traits that I'm looking for in a person or in a man. Someone said Red
Damn.
Bull and vodka turns her into an 8. You damn,
Yeah,
I'm a
no,
10 off of Red Bull and vodka.
whoa, boy, Ashton, you a fool, man. Ashton crazy.
You gonna call me a leprechaun? You
Because
disrespectful. I'm a strong 5 with sneakers on, Aston.
Uh-huh. He's crazy.
Strong 5, my boy.
I love short women. I don't got a problem with
Mm.
short women. But I'm saying, I can't. The thing with me, I always attract the hood rats. So
He let them
it's
ghetto
my
rubies.
70 is my dreads. I think it's my dreads. I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
shake
So
him.
when I was like shortcut, no woman was looking for me. Then all of a sudden I got dreads. Women like, oh my gosh, my teeth was always clean. They're like, oh man, you got a pretty
Mm-hmm.
smile. So all of a sudden they
Mm-hmm.
liking me. But back then it wasn't all like that.
Oh,
I was struggling.
you Mike
We
Jones back there?
Yeah, I
Back
was
then they didn't want
struggling.
me.
that-
Now I'm
Yeah,
hot. They all
yeah,
on me.
we
struggling.
we all struggle, even
And then
me.
not only
Yeah.
that, but we would go for the low. The problem with some men, such for me, we'll go for like the low, the one that women don't, like men won't even look at, and they still won't want us. They still won't want us. They say, "I still want the guy that's a 10." I'll be like, "What?"
Yes. I
Crazy.
dated. I stepped completely. I dated this. Well, not date. I feel like I talked to this guy. Remember, I like athletes. He could have weighed like 275, almost 300. Like, we'll just say he was big boned. Okay, completely out. But like, definitely, while we would be out, we would go to clubs, whatever. Like, females is pulling up on him. Like, who the fuck is that bitch? I'm like, sir, like, not the
Damn.
thickums, but listen, he had a mouthpiece on him though. Your boy had game.
So it,
So yeah, kid. So I'm saying, hey, I told
you're
you
right.
it's a game.
It's
How you
funny
Your
that you
talking?
boy
say
had
that.
game.
It's funny that you say that because I know women struggle with this because women are judged the most when it comes to look, depending on the caliber of men. You feel me? And men who are judged are men from lower
Man, shout out
situation.
to Thanos.
Shout out
In the
to
building.
Thanos, lower socioeconomic. So I wanna. So me, just like my brother here, I've always had a good talk game. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like when I talk, it's like butter sometimes, smooth like butter. But my homeboy Slim Hoppo and Frank taught me some things along the way to let me know if I wanted to fuck the baddest bitches. He say women who are in top tier really don't care about looks. They care about accessories and access to things. And I
Mm.
learned that too. And you know what I mean? And at that time, you start to understand that the more money you make, the better your choices of women come. If you got a good talk game, you could talk. Now, me, I've always been attracted to intellectual women. I love
Mm-hmm.
that's always been, it's a dime a dozen. You mess with ghetto,
No, but my kid, you said you're trying to educate like
love them.
the intelligent woman, but then yet you still get the hood rat. I don't
You want to
understand.
know why? After I learned when they give me too much stress, I walk away. You feel it? Like when they start asking me some questions, because I can go bar for them, but sometimes I think the price is a little bit too high. And some of them don't even want to cook. I start to go back, shit, I'm going back to the projects. You feel me trying to say? That's really what it is. I want you to be educated and do what the projects girl do. Run in the
Mm.
store, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Not running the store and steal.
just,
No,
Like,
I
yo,
was
yeah.
gonna tell him that he was gonna say that. He
Run,
was gonna say
I
that.
had to
you
tell myself,
was running the store and
run in the
steal.
store and still like because they got a type of love that an educated woman ain't gonna do. We gonna dress the same. Them girls come from these lower association. They want, if we going now, we all dressing the same. They say, man, put on these Jordan ones or something. You know what I mean? So when I look at that, but the thing about this is, and this is where I try to tell my nephews and stuff like that, I had to hand them over to tabernacles. Get your
No,
money together.
but look what Ashton said. He like, give me a project
That
chick.
chick.
Give me a hood rat.
Listen.
Do you know why guys would like the hood rat chick? Because someone were like, why do men like the hood rat chick? It don't have to deal. It's not always the sex. People think it's the
No,
sex. No, they down to earth.
they down to
They're
earth.
down for whatever.
So,
Like, because remember they're broke, so we know they ain't got money. So,
not necessarily, because a
They broke.
lot of them are starting getting the money, but it is a good down to earth thing where I tend to think that, and I'm just saying, just being honest, some chicks who are educated come off a bit arrogant.
Yeah,
And come off a bit like I'm trying to build you up. That used to be so offensive to me, especially because I come off real country and down to earth at times. They think that I'm not intelligent at times, but until I sit down and have a conversation with you, I've been to college before. That's first thing too. I never tell educated women I graduated from college.
I can't. Let's be honest. Them hood rat chicks do be broke. Let's be honest. Most of the time they broke.
Most of them do.
Is it more, instead of like them being a part of like them in their social economic stance, or is it more like there isn't this weight of having to perform at a certain, not even perform, but like you could be your true authentic self because you're working with somebody who's beneath you?
No,
like I don't have to put on a front, or I don't have to perform because this person is beneath me anyway.
It's not think beneath you.
That's a good point.
They actually probably got more than you think.
No, I'm not. I'm saying saying these. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm going off of y'all point. Y'all point is saying Project Chicks is broke, but they are the most down to earth people. And I think oftentimes because you are where you are in your assumption of where they are, the pressure of having to perform or the pressure of having to live up to this high standard is gone, and it makes it easier to deal with this person who's in quote unquote potentially economically beneath you. Like I don't have to. I gotta.
Prime example, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Let's say,
for sure.
Let's say you're very educated. You're a very educated woman. I love educated black women. I'm like, I love educated black women.
Yeah.
But that we can't tell you nothing. The hood girl, I can tell her something. I'll be like, yo, you doing this room? She gonna like, okay, daddy, no problem. Because she know at the end of the day, he gonna take care of me. He gonna take care of my bills and stuff like that. You educated. You went to college. You got all these degrees. You got all this. You got the money. So if I tell you something, you go like, boy, bye. I can do it myself. I don't need you to tell me anything.
No. I feel like that's where I think that's the false narrative. I think if you are a man who holds weight in my life and I trust you, that's why I said, like, if I trust you and you like, Stephanie, what are you doing? Like, why are you? I'm gonna be like, all right, you got it. You want to know why? And I'm gonna say this shit and be done with it. As a black woman, I am tired of feeling like I always have to have it together. Like this narrative of strong black women, that shit's out the door with me. I'm trying to stand in my feminine energy. So listen, I don't want to lead. I don't want to run shit. Okay. I want to be able to rely on my man. So if my man comes to me, or even if it's not my man, I'm already practicing my uncles, some of my male friends. If y'all coming like, why are you moving like that? Like, why did you make this financial decision? Stephanie, why did you invest in this? Like, what the fuck is wrong? I can't do nothing but respect it. Why? Because I trust them. They got my best interest at heart. So I'm pulling out. So that's just how I feel. I think it really just depends on not every, I think it just depends on your relationship with said woman. Yeah. Thanks, PJ.
You say, Lord Structure says, Stephanie, you wouldn't fall back and quit your job.
Who said that? Let me tell you about him, because let me tell you about Lord. Lord called me a 4. So I'm not responding to any man that rated me as a 4. I would never, not for nobody that look like you, Lord. No, since I'm a 4. But I would if my man is holding me down. I would.
Okay, but let me
if my man is holding me down, I would.
90% of women already coming in not trusting a man. There's already that opinion about a man. So how some people are, and this is the thing about when you have somebody you've done the financial work, you went to school, you're gonna come with a little bit oomph behind you. So you're not gonna trust me, especially if you already had past traumas. You're not gonna let me lead.
And I 1,000% agree with you, and that's why it is important for us to do the work. Because you're right. Stephanie, back in the day, I definitely like I told y'all my history with my parents. My mom is the one who took the bearings and was working 2 and 3 jobs. So like that was my example. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. My mom still to this day is like, you don't need no man. I can't. And I had to heal past that because yes, I do. This whole independent, I can hold it all down to myself. that's where like the healing has to come in. So when you do that healing work and understand where that is rooted from, and how to get past it, then I can open up and like respect men and respect what you say and hold value to the input that you have, because it's needed and it's necessary. Like it's necessary.
I dated both sides. I dated both sides. I dated an educated woman and I dated a hood rat chick. If you ask me which one I prefer, of course, educated woman. I like when women feed into me and I feed into her. But I get the aspect why these guys are so attracted to the hood rat. And people like, oh no, it's the sex. Bro, there's some hood rat chicks that got bad. Like, their sex game is terrible. But it's because they're down to earth and they down for whatever. I can't even tell you. Like, I can't talk to a lot of educated women, but he'll tell you like
the hood girls the one with the best sex. The educated ones don't want to do all the wild stuff. She said, "We need to plan. We need to plan for you to tap this ass this weekend, Hakeem."
Black beauty is in the building. But no, what do you mean? What do you mean?
All right, Lord, you're forgiven, Lord.
Listen. So some people would be like, I've worked a strong week. I need you to. We're gonna have to plan to have sex. I've dated somebody said we have to plan to have sex. Then I say I got to plan to pay the bills. Then
you got to plan. You got to plan to have. You got to plan to have sex.
Yeah, they say we got to plan to have sex because I'm on go. So I want to plan to pay the bill. The light bill is gonna do today, but I plan to pay it next week. You know what I'm saying? So
that's you be getting some wild girls, man.
Man, I be falling into the traps. You know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to say is this. I just think that I love that you say that. I want women to be self-aware of the type of energy you bring to certain men, not knowing the man you're dealing with the first couple moments you're dealing with, because it can easily turn them off. Now, to go back to this point, reason why a lot of us deal with a lot of these girls from lower socioeconomic neighborhoods, they tend to be easy to deal with, and they're willing to be acclimated to things that certain women are not willing to want to do.
Can I say something? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just feel I'm only going to speak to being a Black woman. How that comment made me feel in this moment is like, damn, we can't get, like, we are in an award that we're unable to win because it doesn't matter what we do. Hold on, just hear me out. If we're educated, we're oftentimes Black men are like, you just want my money and you just being a gold digger. But then, like, when we get education and get our money, it's like, oh, you're too aggressive, or you're moving in masculine energy. But then if I'm hood or project, it's like, oh, you ghetto, you loud, your profanity. But then it's also looked at as like, oh, that's sexy because you'll follow the dirt. You get what I'm putting down? It's just like, God damn, like, what is a bitch supposed to do? I feel like Tyrese in this moment. What more do you want from us?
But listen here. Listen here. The easy answer to this is just be easy going to deal with. Yeah. Don't let your traumas dictate what your relationship. And this is what happens. A lot of our traumas dictate the relationship, and not willing to have these conversations. When men say they want peace, I step outside here and I deal with enough to then instead come to a woman who's supposed to be soft, who bathed in milk, for me to be talking to me any kind of way.
So I'm gonna politely. I think it has to go both ways, because when we're stepping, just hear me out. Let me cook. I feel like, and this kind of goes back to, oh my God, it was an old interview with with one of the Baldwins. Anyway, where she was like, one of these women was like, listen, you smile in that white man's face every day and pretend with me when you come in this house. And I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna add on to it. Oftentimes, yes, Black men, there is a plight, and it's hard to be out here existing as Black men in the world. Y'all work hard to provide for your families. Y'all work hard to sustain safety and stability. I get that. However, on the flip side, as a woman, for you to come in and just assume that I need to now, just because you're home, be soft and be bathing in milk as if I ain't had shit to do all day, is unrealistic, it's inconsiderate, and it's demeaning, because it means I'm devalued. Like, what I do on my day is thrown to the side just because you didn't got in the house. Now, I will say this, should there be mutual respect? Yeah, I want to be my man's piece. When you come in the house, ain't gonna be no hollering and screaming. You feel me? Like it's gonna be a check-in, babe. How was your day? What can I do? But I'm going to expect for that to be reciprocated to me as well, because my day has been rough too. It is hard moving out in these spaces, in professional spaces, being a Black woman. You're often deemed as being aggressive. You're deemed as being not listening, crazy, assaultive. Your ideas are being pushed aside. You're dealing with microaggressions when it comes to your hair on a regular basis. So for me, it has to be some duality when it comes into the relationship. Like when you come into them doors, yes, I understand as a Black man your plight. That's what makes this relationship beautiful, baby. I get it, but also respect and understand mine as well. And
So
so,
basically, if I'm coming for love, I gotta wait.
but I said all that, and that's what you had to say.
No, but I'm saying I get where you coming from. So if we both have a bad day and we both need comfort,
Be that for each other. You get what I'm saying? Like your need doesn't supersede mine, and
I
mine
know
don't
that.
supersede yours. I feel like I got to give you space. Get it off. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But don't just assume this is what it's like. You had a bad day. You come in, I create this space for you. You feel me? Like I create, babe, come talk to me. As you talking to me, I'm clipping your toenails. Really, I'm not, but you get
Yes,
what I'm putting down.
yes, I like that. Sound like you
You feel what
ready
I'm
to
saying?
get
And I'm
married.
talking to you. And then listen. And then as soon as you get done dumping on me and filling up my bowl, you walk away as if my issues aren't an issue. As if
No,
I am not, as if what I went through isn't worthy of your ears. You don't take care of me and my emotional needs because you have been taken care of. That is inconsiderate, and it's a one-sided relationship. Yeah, dinner and stuff may be cooked, the house may be clean, all that stuff might be done, but emotionally, if you're not pouring into me, baby, this relationship ain't gonna last. So all I'm saying is there has to be some mutual respect, and especially if I'm working. You feel me? Like if your woman is working and is assisting with bringing, I don't even give a fuck. I don't care if she's working or not. Just allow her to take up space for you, just how you want her to allow you to take up space for her.
Man, she going in. That's why I ain't
Yeah.
saying that. I let her
she's a
speak.
No,
Sometimes you gotta allow
sorry.
the woman to speak. No, I'm saying sometimes you gotta allow the woman to speak. Now, the only part I agree with her with everything she's saying 110%. I think that's one thing that man we fell at, that we're not allowing our woman to express herself after we come home from work because we think it's all about us because we have a rough day. Because remember, Stephanie, you gotta understand that's what we've been taught. That what keep saying
Yeah.
anything we've been taught totally wrong. So I understand the aspect of the game. So, but at the same time, I think when it comes to educated women, right? Because we on the subject of educated women. The problem is sometimes the educated woman throw things in our face than the hood rat chick. The hood rat chick ain't gonna do that. She's not
So
gonna
when
throw
we're talking about
educated.
like, are we
Go ahead.
talking about like throwing things in your face as opposed to like this
Like, oh, I
mistake
make more money
happened?
than you. Like prime example, I make
Oh,
more money than you. I'm more
yeah, that's
educated
fucked
than
up.
you. I have 2 degrees. You don't have
Oh yeah,
degrees.
that's fucked up. That ain't somebody. I feel like,
I work 10 hours a day. I don't need to work 10 hours a day because my job, I'm a boss.
yeah, I don't like that. Because here,
Some
I
women
don't
do
like,
that. Go ahead.
yeah, I agree. I think some women do. And we got to look at like their upbringing. Because just how y'all were raised a certain way, there's some women who are raised in single parent households where the assumption is you don't need no man. And let me remind you every day that I don't need no man. And that's so toxic. Both sides really are just toxic. I feel like we got to get away. This is not a competition, baby. If I'm winning, we winning. If you winning, we winning. Like, I don't give a damn. Degrees don't mean nothing to me. Right? Like, I don't care if you got a degree. I don't care if you know what I mean? What your job is, as long as you happy doing it and you bringing in some sort of income, I could care less. So yeah, somebody said, I've been married for 33 years. I know stuff about day-to-day living. Respect, consideration is the key to peace, love, and patience. Yeah. That's your boy, Lord.
Yeah, no,
We're back.
Lord, yeah, Lord been married for a minute. He been married
Yeah,
for a
Lord,
minute.
we
So
back together now. Don't tell your wife. But I appreciate your apology, my guy.
I think you ain't got no more pushback. It seems like you shocked about what
Somebody
Stephanie
said
said.
they not touching them feet.
They said I touch on the feet.
They not.
Shout out to Hakeem. Hakeem's something else, man.
This what submission looks like.
Oh, that is
This what
not.
love look like. You see how she's on her knee. You see how she's on the floor clipping. This what love look like to me.
I will say this. I would do it for my man, but you're talking about doing it on day one, like dates.
No.
Like
Yeah.
if you're not my man, I'm not doing none of that.
No. We done passed the threshold. We gonna pass the threshold. I'm laying in the bed. You going to get and you handling that.
Shout out to Big Mustafa's in the building. So
I feel
That's
like it's
love.
just like you just want to be pampered. You
I
and your
love-
soft feminine energy, and I respect it. That man just want to be pampered, y'all.
That's soft. I'm in my soft guy ever.
Yeah, you and your soft guy, and I'm here for it. Let them women rub on them feet, baby. Okay, clip your toenails.
You gotta have the cocoa butter though. You gotta rub it.
Cocoa butter.
Mhm.
You gotta rub me down.
You be on our feet all day, so
you gotta rub me down.
So Hakeem, this one's the Breakfast Club. So this one you have to block it out, play the soundbite. It's pretty much Candace Owens say why she got married to a white man, right?
Ooh, let's talk about it.
So you gotta block it out. So we're gonna block it out, guys, because we don't want to get a copyright strike from the Breakfast Club. But we're gonna play the soundbite. Then after the soundbite, Stephanie, you can time in. Go ahead, Hakeem.
All right.
Look, you big screen now. You see, you got the full picture. We out. Hello, as we said that, shout out to everybody that's here in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell also as well. And don't be afraid. If you want to support the platform, you know, no time is always drop Hakeem's Cash App in the chat. So you know how we get down. Go ahead, Hakeem. Ready when you are. Yeah, this one's interesting because she's talking about how she actually married. Why she got married to a white man. I couldn't believe it. There you go.
I feel like it
Now you want to do it now. You just have to.
Ooh, that's a good point. Who's it? Sugar? What's her name?
Yeah, Sugar. That's Sugar Bum.
Sugar Bum. She made a good point. She said the problem is they want
You
high
said earlier,
quality.
because I know a lot of people will hear you say, well, Candace, you're speaking a lot about, you know, the black family, but then you married a white man.
Yeah,
Dr. Umar would have a huge problem with that.
Okay, I would love to talk to him more about that because, I mean, it's always very interesting to me to hear this paradox of black people who will make an argument that, you know, the system is racist and then also make an argument like this, which is essentially making an argument for the Supreme Court to revisit Virginia versus Love and basically say that black Americans and white Americans shouldn't be marrying. I think the greatest thing ever is when people come together on the basis of who they love and get married. You know, for me personally, I never thought of my husband as a race. It's just very interesting to me to see people go, she's married to a white man. When I look at my kids, I'm not like, oh, my kids are mixed. I married the person that it made the most sense for me to marry. I have a mind that is just, you know, if you even knew half the things that I'm thinking about, the stuff that I'm reading, just go all the time. It was difficult for me to find a partner that was a challenge to me, you know, the challenge that I needed, whether you want to say like an academic challenge, whatever it is, with my same interests. It just was. What you will know, a lot of times people think that when people come together, it's because of how they look. Actually, I actually read this in a Thomas Sowell book, or maybe it was a Shelby Steele book. People tend to marry their IQ, which is interesting. You think like if you see two black people together, oh, it's because they are two black people, but actually they are probably better matched based on their IQ. You know, I fell in love with my husband just because I think he is one of the most brilliant people ever. You know, I love him very much. The stuff that we talk about, I'm like, there is no other person that I could have married. We have 3 beautiful children who are growing up in an environment that I am just so happy that I was able to, you know, what every parent wants, to give your children better than you had, you know? And that's all I can say. I'm just the luckiest person in the entire world.
How is he going to feel about you not finding him attractive and just liking him for his mind?
What do you,
my God. What?
He got the smear already ready for the journalists that are listening. Candace says her husband is not. It was a bonus that I also think that he's beautiful and gorgeous and handsome, but it really was about his mind. I know I married the right person, and I want every person to never allow like race to be a barrier to you finding love. That is so foolish. That will stop you. And by the way, you know, there has been so much toxicity particularly in black relationships because of the media portraying black men as this or black women as this. And we just have to stop doing that, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever dated black men before?
Yeah. I dated black men, which is another thing that I always find really funny because the media tries to portray me as someone who only liked white guys. Actually, if you want to be honest, I started off on a really strong Asian kick in my life.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I was going to marry an Asian man.
man.
I did. My first boyfriend was Japanese. My second boyfriend was Korean. I just really loved Asian men. It was weird.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow. How was you in Stamford, Connecticut? There was an Asian.
Yeah, she never liked the black man because she's from an area in New York where there's nothing but white and Asian. That's why. And then she also explained black men never found her to be attractive. She goes more in depth and say black men didn't actually find her to be attractive. So my question to you, Stephanie, should black women date outside their race? If they're having a hard time dating, should they date outside their race? Go right ahead.
You gonna hit me with that? That's a heavy hitter.
Yeah. Final topic of the day. That's the topic.
For sure. I feel like my preference, I would not. That's just me. I'm gonna live and die on this mountain, on this hill of I love black men. Like I love y'all. And
even if you remain single for the rest of your life, you're still not gonna date outside your race.
I know that's not gonna be my plight. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not. Don't be speaking that into my existence, okay? My black thing is coming. But no, I feel you. I feel you though. Like, yeah, and maybe that's something I have to explore within myself. Like, I just don't see myself being led by or following a black man. I mean, someone who is not black. That's just me. Now, other women, if that is their decision, I respect it. Here's my thing about interracial dating. My thing with interracial dating is when you fall in love with someone who is not black, and then you turn around and degrade the black community, like, oh, when black men get with others, or other women, and then they turn around and degrade black women, and then vice versa. Although it's rare where I hear a black woman do that to black men, but that's my only issue with it. Is like, go if that's where you choose to be. I love it, but don't be over there and then downgrade and talk shit about black women. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this. I'm telling y'all all my tea. I definitely grew up in a household where my dad was like, "You black bitches ain't shit. These black bitches only want." Do you get what I'm saying? So when interracial dating for me hits a little differently, because growing up for me, I was made to feel as if my blackness was not beautiful, my blackness was not wanted, my blackness was not accepted nor desired. And so I had to do so much work on. I think that's why I overcompensate with educating myself on my blackness and loving it to a fault, because I was brought up with my dad telling me it wasn't. Like, these white women is where it's at, is what my dad would tell me on the regular. Like, you need to hang out with the white girls because that's the only way you're gonna catch these niggas. And so for me, it's like, I want to, and I don't know if maybe like me fighting so hard to be with a black man has something to do with that. But for me, I don't see it any other way. Yeah.
Man,
someone said I haven't met, huh?
Yeah, they say you haven't met, like, you haven't met someone that pretty much cultivate your feet yet from a different race.
Yeah, no. And this Italian man he was from Philly though, so he really acted like, one of us. But he was low-key disrespectful when it came to black. When he would say shit like, "Oh, they dumb as fuck. I don't know why the fuck y'all do this." And it's just like, you talk to the wrong one. So that's another thing. I sometimes think that other cultures only date us, again, for tokenism. Like, oh, I got me a black one. I've heard, Armenian women, Asian women, I got a black husband. Have you ever been with a black guy? Like, bitch, they're not a purse. This is not a purse. Like, you're going to be raising black kids. And that's what kind of pisses me off, is just like, they don't understand the severity of getting and laying in the bed and marrying a black man, because they will then have these black kids and then belittle them because they're black, or don't pour into them in their blackness. Like, so yeah, that's it.
Me, I don't have an issue. I prefer race. I'm a race loyal. Most of my women have been black. I only dated one Hispanic girl. That's only in high school. But majority of my women been black. I love black all around, every day. But I understand why women go outside and date outside the race, because of the fact they always say they have issue with black men. Black men not listening to me. He don't know how to cater to me. He don't know how to
Yeah.
treat a woman. I get all those things, but my always thing when I always talk to Hakeem about is the children. They're gonna come from different homes. They don't know who to relate to who. One time I was talking to a friend of mine who I used to talk to back then. Her brother married a white woman. Now he had mixed kids, and sometimes her niece sometimes get confused because you like, my dad's black, but my mom's white. So which side I'm part of? So that's my only issue when it comes to the aspect of the children. But at the same time, I get it because one thing about Kenan Orange, she said, I love his intelligence. He's very intelligent. So that's what she didn't even talk about the looks department. She was talking about he was so intelligent. So, I always love Hakeem's take on this because Hakeem's also raised loyal. So let me hear his take on it. Go ahead, Hakeem.
So for me, and I want to put this perspective that I think that maybe Candace Owen did not want to talk about and or mention, because I try to look at it from a broader perspective. Sometimes people date on proximity. What's the close to?
Oh, I agree.
So we tend to sometimes date in proximity, date based on culture, date based on just general things. So, like, I grew up in Miami, and I grew up in a black neighborhood. So 90% of the people I dated were black. You feel me? I didn't have access to other races until I moved out of town. And I know that might be strange for a lot of people to hear that, but some people live in places where they've never met somebody who's Portuguese or an Asian or been in a space to be around people like that. So 90% of the time, you either with somebody who's Hispanic or black, or they're from a Caribbean island. On top of that, my parents are from the Caribbean. So sometimes your culture or how you was raised tend to dictate your dating at times. You know what I mean? And who are you around too plays a part as well. So you know what I mean? So that also plays into a point too. I've been around Black American women all my life. So I tend to go for them. You know what I mean? And it goes to that point. But I do think this is where I have an issue at too. I hear where you too. Sometimes you hear a lot of divestors speak negatively about black men. Just like you say, men who divest shouldn't speak negative about black women, like Cynthia G and all these people. And what's the other girl name?
Cynthia G date black.
She does date black, but she talks about unaliving, not having kids with black men. You see what I'm trying to say? But then there's Paris Mulan, a lot of these divestors, even on TikTok and stuff like that, we start to say that if you want, I do believe love wins, because I come from a very diverse family. Some of my family members are married to Cubans, Nicaraguans, Mexicans, and stuff like that. I got cousins who live in Paris, you know what I mean, who are married to white men. And so love does win. I think that whatever works for you, I just think that understand what she said. He said biracial kids do better with identity if they have black mothers. That is a fact.
Yeah, I agree. We were just having this conversation the other day. I 1,000% agree.
Not the man. That's why I say they look at their mom. That's why I made that statement. I said they look at the mom.
They look at the mom.
I didn't say the father. I said the mom.
Yeah.
Whoever the other way around is different. Yes, go ahead.
Whoever the mother is, you tend to he said, don't give her the names Prince Hakeem. Yeah, so and that's basically what it is. You know what I mean? You do what you got to do, and not let nobody feel bad about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I do think that if you are from a particular culture, you're gonna feel the pressure of your culture telling you that, hey, you brought that white boy around here.
And vice versa, which is wild to me. Like a lot of these white people, a lot of these Latino communities, a lot of these Asian communities, like black men be filtering it in there. And I know a high percentage of those families is like, why would you bring him in here?
Yeah.
And if they're treating you like that, I just oftentimes think, and I have this conversation with my nephew all the time. My nephew is 17, and we have this conversation all the time. Like when you go into the house after you have a girlfriend, when you meet the family, and if you feel a way about how that family is treating you, stop fucking with her. Because I guarantee you, like, if anything wants to go down, that family is not going to support you, have your back, or they're going to set you up at some point. So, like, for me, I just think when we're talking about this, so much that goes into these interracial dating that I really don't think, I think it's great. Fall in love with whoever you want to fall in love with. That's great. But don't be like Candace and be like, I don't see race. Bitch, please. Like, please. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't see my kids as biracial. Then what the fuck are they? Like, that's you literally dismissing and ignoring what the reality of it is. You see race. You seen race when you moved on in your interview and was like, oh, I'm attracted to Asian men. So now since you're married to someone for the rest of your life, you don't pick your race. Yes, you do. You're just saying that because it's easier for you to digest. Like, at the end of the day, if this is what you're choosing to do, understand the gravity and the weight that comes, the responsibility that comes with that. You feel me? Like, it's not just, oh, I'm dating this black man and we're having kids and that's it. No, there's a lot of education that goes into it. I have a Filipino homegirl now who's had kids with a black man. And I'm low-key a bitch when it comes, but I don't care. She's like, well, what am I supposed to do? The hair, like, what hair products are you putting in your hair? And I was like, here's the thing, you gotta have to educate yourself, boo. Like, I'm gonna tell you some things, but I can't be the answer for your kids. I don't know what kind of hair your kids got. Like, do the work. And this is probably some shit you should have thought about, bitch, before you had sex with a nigga. Like, sorry, not to be like that.
Whoa,
but
no, you
not
go
like
in.
that.
Trust me, we don't listen to nobody here.
Sorry, but
No, you
yeah.
good. But I also want to make things too, and coming from my own experience, and I noticed it too, the whole race thing is a black American situation and a white thing. Because so people might not, you might look at, but a lot of us who come from the diaspora see race in a different point.
Okay.
And I think that also too.
Hakeem, what's the point that people see it from?
We don't see race. I'm being real with you. Look at all the guys who come from where we come from in our community who have dated out their race, and the women in our community. The women in who come from the culture we come from date out their race very, very much so. You know what I'm trying to say? Because we don't have that concept of race the way American does. Because we come from like a multicultural ethnic island where we have Arabs, Chinese, and all these people, just like Jamaicans, Trinis, and all these other people who are mixed down to I got family members who are half Dominican, who are Cuban, Nicaraguan, mulatto, and not biracial. So, and that's due to the point. The concept of race is different. A lot of us look at it as a social construct. You know what I mean? But until you come here and start to talk to Black Americans and start to try to understand race from their lens.
But Hakeem, here's the issue. This is the issue I always have. They want Black people to be more open, but then other races do it with no issue. A Jewish person don't want you in their
100%.
Indians, like people from India.
I was saying they want Black people to be open to everything. They want Black people to be like, date outside your race, date outside your race, date outside. But I was saying, okay, what about the Mexican? Because the Mexican be like, hey, don't bring that Negro over here.
Yeah,
that's just how the game is. Yeah.
I think it's facts. I think that kind of goes to even our culture. Like, everyone wants to have insight. Everybody thinks that they are able to have insight on what we do, how we do it. But the minute it is requested upon them, we're gaslit and told like we're crazy. When folks are like taken from our culture, they're taken from our hairstyles. You want to have input on how we're supposed to move in our relationships. But then the minute we're like, but I love Black love. Like, if I say I love Black love and I don't care to date anyone else, I'm dating. Like, why wouldn't you? What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And it's like, but y'all have other cultures that do the same exact thing, and y'all turn a blind eye to. Here's what it's compared to me. It's comparison to like, oh, we got to stop this Black on Black killing. Like, y'all so quick to just look when Black people is killing Black people, but white people is the ones going up in the schools, shooting up the schools. White people is like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, I'm just saying that the idea of me not wanting to date someone outside of my race is no far-fetched than any other culture. And I don't think that is looked on as seriously as it should be for other cultures, because they respect that culture.
That is correct. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say I don't like when they do that to Black men and Black women, But if they want to be race loyal, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Be race loyal, but at the same time, they get a lot of backlash because, oh wow, y'all don't want to date outside. Y'all don't want to date outside. But I'm like, yo, like I've been around table where people would literally talk down about black people all the time. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So it's a sad thing to say. Go ahead, King.
Maya, my mother and father are from the island of Haiti. I'm
I think they
Haitian.
got a new president, didn't they? Didn't they just get a new president?
No,
No, that he stepped down.
they
Step
said that
down.
they put a puppet in there.
Okay, well,
They don't want no real stomp down soldiers.
No, but what I heard,
mm,
Hakeem, they say it's not the whole Haitian
No, it's
area.
not the
It's just a
it's
small
not the whole
part of
Haitian.
Haiti that's going to chaos. The other
Yeah,
area that my family's from, they are fine.
yeah.
mm.
You know what I mean?
What's
You
up, Passe?
Mamboule,
And
Kizombe,
yeah,
Baga en femme,
yeah,
Baga
yeah.
la Dole, Benny
Yeah.
Soirée Canel.
Hakeem, don't stop talking. Don't be speaking. Don't be sweet talking.
Oh look, so
Go ahead.
so here's the thing. Low spike protein say something real pivotal. He said even culture was created to divide.
Yes,
So
of course.
do you think that he said
I'm gonna
you
have to
have to disagree?
strongly disagree.
Do you think I sometimes think even with dating, and I want to ask you this, do you think it when people start pushing back and they say it's divisive, because I think a lot of people don't want to assimilate?
Yeah. So wait, is your question like people are saying cultural is divisive because if I have a cultural representation or I have cultural pride, I'm less willing to want to assimilate to what American culture is.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree. I think this kind of goes back to that old sentiment of America is a melting pot. And shout out to Jane Elliott, because Jane Elliott, baby, hit it on the head. She was like, melting pot is nothing but us melting all into one acceptable form, which is assimilating to American white culture to make white people feel comfortable. Culture is not here for divisiveness. Culture is authentically who you are. Like your culture is what traditional values are you built in your family? What are some of the rituals or maybe some of the traditions that you hold dear to your family? So when we say like that is divisive, I think that comes from a space of like, it's not divisive. Like this is really just me holding true to my identity. You're welcome to come participate in it. You're welcome to come join it. I think that's when it becomes divisive, is when we say you can't be a part of this, right? Or it can also be divisive when you say, if you're not a part of this, you're not welcome. So I think we got to be really careful to when we're saying things like culture is divisive, because that's really just saying like, oh, I don't have access, or you're not like this and I don't want to be a part of it. Like, come on.
No, but you make a good point. I didn't see it from that aspect. I was just saying from that aspect of because people are like, I only stay on this side of the party and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm up from the divide, but the way you broke it down is pretty much beautiful. Go ahead, Hakeem.
He says, culture is a differentiator, but it meant to unify those within.
Yeah.
To take it too far through, and then you get xenophobia.
And then Low Spike Protein said, what is a traditional value? A traditional value.
Any traditional value could be, and it really just depends on like, okay, for me, our values were one of them, moral value, don't have sex before you get married. Like that would be considered a traditional value. Even for y'all, some of you all, I think someone commented down below, like in other societal standards where like men don't give gifts to women. Like that is a traditional value. So when we're saying another thing, like you don't look your elders in the eye.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like these are things that in here, that doesn't mean like they're wrong. That just means that's what someone was brought up on. I want to explore that. Like right now, I'm definitely into the island of Fiji. I want to explore the people on that island, right? And like have an understanding of what that culture looks like. What are some of their traditions? What do they value in their family dynamics? Like, and that's how you become cultural. That's how you become responsive and you become humble. You learn something new about yourself.
Well, wait, you're not supposed to look your elder in the eye?
Yeah, they have some words like you're not supposed to look your elders in the eye. I want to say that might be
No, I won't ask you. What's the reason? Is it disrespectful?
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful.
Lord Sprite Protein saying that's not a cultural value.
What is it then, Lord? Break it down, brother. We're talking about traditional. We weren't talking about cultural values. We're talking about traditional values.
Yeah, that's the question.
But go off, bro.
Yeah, because that was the question he asked. He was talking about traditional values.
Yeah, you weren't talking about cultural values.
Yeah, but everybody culture is different. See, me and Hakeem, we come from a Haitian culture, totally
Yep.
different. The way
Yeah,
we treat our women is totally different than
Very
Americans
yeah,
true.
do, than
Very,
American men
yeah.
do. That's
very,
why
very, very.
a lot of women prefer Haitian men because we treat
Yep.
our women different
Hmm.
than
Yeah.
American men do. Like American men, we'll scream like you see American men will scream at you, but then hey, shout out to Tracy, new subscriber.
Tracy. Pew pew pew
I seen the
pew.
gun. See that? I seen the girl, and I stopped by. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. no, but no, because like me and Hakeem, we brought up in a Haitian traditional value. The way we treat women is totally different than American man. Prime example, we was taught like we don't scream at our women. You're not supposed to
Nope.
scream at our women.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
That's automatic disrespect. You're not.
Nope. Never
You
put
Mm.
talk
your
to
hands
them,
on her.
or
Yep.
you walk away. We don't.
Walk away. Bring the money home. Pay the bill. My dad. I told you, my mom and dad been married 43 years. And
Mm.
another thing too, you know what I mean? Haitian people in the diaspora come from Haitian people don't mind dating single mothers.
Yeah, and they don't mind. And they shine upon divorce. They
They
hate
shine
divorce.
upon divorce. They
They hate
raise
divorce
kids.
for real.
They raise kids that are not ours. So there's a lot of narratives that you might hear in the black culture. We don't talk about those type of things. That's never like I have cousins who I call them cousin, but they come from other relationships. So you know what I mean. So it's a different thing in when relationship. That also segue into another question: would you date outside of Black Americans or far in the diaspora?
Good
Oh,
question.
that's a good one. I would date Caribbeans. I've tried Africans. They too aggressive for me. They be grabbing on you and demanding stuff, and I ain't with. And they're super possessive. Like
The
I don't
Nigerian
move
people.
like that. Yeah, them Nigeria. Lord have mercy.
Would you like
Um,
Nigerian men? You like
no,
Nigerian?
them Nigerian. This Nigerian guy hollered at me. We was at 7-Eleven and we was on our way to a bar, and he was like, "Where you going?" And I was like, "Oh, me and my friends are going out." He was like, "You're going to Melodies?" And I was like, "Yeah." That nigga popped up in Melodies. I was like, "Whoa, sir!" Like it's giving creep. But anyway, I would the Caribbeans for sure. I would date me a Caribbean, an island man.
So what? Because you know you're American woman. What's the issue with American men? What did you find out to be the issue with them? Are they too aggressive, or they don't understand women?
Or,
What
or you
what do
think
you
it's
think?
or it's
Or you
cultural
think it's
trauma?
culture?
Cultural
I,
trauma.
I for sure think it's cultural trauma. I'm about to say something about to piss a lot of people off,
No, go
but
ahead. We want you to
I
piss them
feel
off.
like Black men in America who are unaware subconsciously are seeking white validation. Because we are seeking like this white validation or seeking to be as equal to as white men. Oftentimes, this effort to try to get there, they will show like horizontal hostility to Black women because I'm just talking about my experience because of that. That's where I think we get a lot of these negative tropes when Black men are dating others, when they are painting Black women to look a certain way. I can only speak for California. In California, it's far few in between where I will see a Black man with a Black woman. And again, I really think like it is just chasing this idea of I'm going to be able to be on the level of white power one day, and this is how I get it. I get to the woman first. And I could
Mm.
be wrong. I think I'm just speaking through my own perception. Again, my
Mm.
perception is my reality. Um, but yeah, I think in LA specifically, men do not approach women out here. Like it's wild. If you come out here, like that, you'll get stares. Like they're more looking for women to approach. We probably should talk about that too. Women to approach them, which in some cases I don't have a problem with. But again, like I'm not. I just don't think that it's a woman's place to go chase after a man. Like if y'all are the hunters, then go hunt. Um, so for me, like out here's it's a lot of like they'll stare you down and like give you the head nod, like come on over here. Like, no, I don't move like that. Like, so it's a lot of that. So I would say like insecurities. That's just I feel like I've talked in
Oh,
circles,
no,
but
but that aspect of approach, the society is changing. Go ahead, Hakeem. That's why men don't
No.
approach us. Go ahead,
So I
talk.
want to
Go
bring
ahead.
up this guy named. I know a lot of people might not like him, but there's a point you did say something that I want to point out. So Kevin Samuel says you might be in a market that's very competitive. Are you willing to move to a better market to find a man?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
let's say like LA is bad, but they say Dallas is good, where black people are doing well in Houston
mm-hmm.
or DC. You know what I mean? These are the three places I hear where there's potential. Are you willing to move out of a competitive market into a market where there's better opportunity?
Yeah. What's wild is my best friend is moving to Dallas next year for that reason
Boy,
and that
everybody moving
reason
to Dallas.
alone.
What's good?
Oh yeah, she's literally moving to Dallas like
Yeah.
at the end of the year. And I feel like this, I have no like what will be keeping me? You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Other than my family. So I have no problem upping and moving to a different area. The only thing that's holding me, I'm gonna be real honest, is weather. I feel like I'm spoiled rotten and I want to be outside. Like I'm not trying to be in the house 6 months out of the year because of weather. So for me, I have to definitely look at that. Is it willing to compromise? Like,
Yeah,
am
because
I willing to
yeah,
compromise? Hmm?
but at some point you don't get tired of being outside because outside sometimes gets boring.
No, I'm not talking about. So when I say outside, I'm not talking about outside shaking my ass and getting drunk. I'm talking about going bike riding, going
Okay.
hiking, going on walks, going swimming. You know what I mean? Like going to the park. I got a dog, like taking my dog to the park. Like when legitimately mean outside. And I don't think like I'm able to do that a lot if I'm in Dallas. Like, oh, they got nice weather in Texas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
got
do. Yeah,
really
just like
nice.
Florida.
Yeah,
Texas is like Florida.
listen, Dallas is
Like
where
Florida.
a lot of people are moving to, and they for the particular reason since there are a lot of companies here. There's a lot
Yeah.
of well-to-do black men now. At that moment, I've heard tons of women are moving there for that particular reason because
Mm.
the inventory of men is better because there's a lot of good
Mm.
jobs there. So that's the point too. Is like, are you, you know what I mean? And Kevin made that point. They said, okay, you in Idaho or you in Detroit and you can't find a good man. Are you willing to move?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to move? Sometime
DB say Dallas is nice. I never been
Dallas
to
is
Yeah.
Dallas. I never been to Dallas, so I can't really speak
sometimes
of Dallas.
where you at might dictate the type of love you might find.
That's
If you
facts.
you know what I mean? If you just like saying if you from South Central LA or you from Watts or something like that, or you stuck in the jungle, okay, you think you're gonna find somebody who makes at least 40K who's
Yeah, you know, because if you go to New York is terrible. New York is
Mm.
oh
terrible.
Jesus, Lord
New York
Jesus.
is, boy, I don't know how people can find love in New York. New
No,
Mm.
York is
you can listen,
terrible.
you can find sex, a lot of
New
sex,
York is bad.
Mm.
a lot of
You know,
tapping ass, but
because
not
I
no
have a friend
marriage.
in New York, so I'm like New York. Miami, same thing. Miami's terrible. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
Miami
yeah.
is hard. It's very hard to find a stable relationship in Miami. Everybody I
It
know in
sounds
Miami
like
have
it's
multiple
hard.
relationships.
I feel like it sounds like it's hard no matter where you go. And you were saying like the jungles in Watts. You would be very surprised to know that place. That shit is gentrified now. Like the jungle got white people living in them.
Oh
Like
wow.
it's not hood like it used to be. Like a lot of these, we'll talk. That's another topic too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of these communities are no longer all white. Like it's like millionaires living there now.
D say he
I
love New
am not
York.
from the. She's from the jungles.
No, D say he love New York. Cap.
They love New York.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
cap. Nobody
yeah.
loves New York.
Don't get me
Everybody in New
wrong.
York is talking about moving to Jersey or they get out of there. Florida.
Listen,
Mhm.
I want to move to Dallas though.
Yeah, Dallas sounds like
Oh,
a.
I can
Somebody
always
said
move
though the
somewhere.
weather is inconsistent in Dallas and it gets super hot in the
Doesn't
summer.
doesn't
So
matter.
I'm like, look,
I got
it's
AC.
60 to yeah, it's 60 to it's what like 62. I'm about to go to the park right after I get off the phone with y'all.
No, but I love. No, but I go to LA. Hey, Genesis at the Targets in the building.
Hey,
I gotta set up an interview
I
with
ain't never
Genesis
been to
soon.
LA though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
LA.
You never been there? I've been to LA three
I've been
times already.
I've been to so many different places but LA. Because people was telling me you go out there, you're gonna get robbed.
You're not gonna get robbed out. Well, it's a
You know
whole
what?
bunch of homeless, houseless people out here. It's a high
I
chance.
might want to eat at Roscoe's though. I might want to be in the trenches.
Ain't nobody gonna be Roscoe ain't in the trenches. I told you. Uh Roscoe's is not in the trenches. Roscoe's is in like
I might
where the
want to.
Rose Bowl. You
I
know
want
what
to go
They
past
to.
say they creepy in Inglewood.
I
Inglewood, they
want to go to
creepy. I ain't been
Slauson.
there.
I want to go to Slauson. Yeah.
yeah,
I ain't
Slauson
got
is
time
where
for
it's
Hakeem.
at.
We finna go. Hakeem. Yeah, Hakeem is fresh with that haircut. You know why?
No,
He's going on a
listen. This
hot
is an
date.
old cut. I'm an old man. Y'all don't see the white hair.
FCG, Hakeem is no good. I'm telling you, that dude there.
No,
Don't
no,
let them
I'm
fool
good.
you.
I'm
Look.
good.
Somebody said.
Yeah, get on the head.
No, but not even that, but God, you know it's about that time. Final
About that
thoughts.
time.
Final thoughts. Stephanie, final thoughts.
My final thoughts are my love letter to black men from the
Ooh.
black
That
community.
sound like a listen.
From
That sound like a book.
I know, right?
That is.
This is
I
my
love
love
that.
letter
That
to
sounds like a
black
book.
men.
Woo!
This is from black women.
You sound like you ready to get married.
I know. I love you. Listen, black men, we love you. We've
Mama
all got our
Trina.
shit, but we the only ones that can work through it together. So can we just have a redo? Can we just have a redo and
Yeah.
start over? Like that's all I want. Like all of this, negativity surrounding black relationships. I just want it to end. So we love you. I love you, black men. I want to build with you. I want to grow with you. So let's just have a redo. Because the shit we in right now, it ain't cooking for the community. So that is my end.
Man,
Yeah,
Stephanie,
I
we
love
love you
y'all.
over here.
Yeah.
The women love you in the chat. The man actually adores you. So we love
Hey,
you
I
over
love
here.
y'all
You know we're
too.
gonna have you. You know we're gonna have you back again.
Yeah.
With
Hey,
more
I'm here
women.
for it.
Because Ashton, I'm stealing your ideas. I'm gonna have women on my. We're gonna have women over here on the panel. We're gonna have a lot of
I
women
love
over
it.
here on the panel. No, but shout out to you. But not only that, but Stephanie, tell the guys where they can find you. Shout out where you want them to find you. You
can find me on Instagram. I really don't be on YouTube all like that, but you can find me on the gram. It's your girl Steph 10. Go ahead and send me a follow. I really don't be posting shit. I'm just goofy. So if you want to pull up on me, pull up on me. But I appreciate all the love. DB, thank you for the comments. I don't know what the big eyes was for, but I feel like we'll get into it later. Aston, PJ, I appreciate all y'all, Lord. Natasha, thanks y'all for the support. Big shout out to y'all.
And y'all already know. For that being said, guys, make sure on your way out, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to Ashton that was in the building.
Hey.
Shout out to Thanos. Shout out to PJ. Shout out to Big Mustafa who was in the building. Shout out to Black Beauty. Black Beauty was in the building?
Black Beauty was in the building. She ain't say nothing.
Shout out to DB. Shout out to Sugar Bun, who's also in the building. Shout out to Genesis After Dark. Shout out Ashton. Are you going live? I think Ashton normally go live after us. So guys, if you want to continue the conversation, go to Ashton for the after party. He always go live. You know Hakeem be over there acting a fool like always. Shout out to the lovely Natasha Vincent, man. She's the mom mother. Okay, I Culture Radio. She knows every information. If you don't know information, you'll get it in 2 minutes. 2 minutes or 2 seconds. She's gonna get it. Shout out to Y-High. Shout out to Lord Spike Protein. Shout out to Josh W, who's also in the building. Shout out to Trace, who was in the building. Shout out to him. He said he saw the girl was on live. He said, let me come by. Really appreciate your follow. Shout out to DB. Shout out to Miss Reed, was in the building. Shout out to Sherry Bryan was here. And she stopped away because it's the weekend. You know how she get down on the weekend. Give me 1 second now. Shout out to Ken Dog and Jabbar. Sometime to go watch the playback and give us a shout out in the comments. I'm trying to go fast, guys. Give me 1 second. I know we're on overtime, so I'm trying to move very, 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 very fast, very fast. Shout out to those that are watching on Facebook, Instagram, and also Kid. Amoxicillin, Hakeem, she was in the building.
Amoxicillin?
Yeah, she was in the building. She was here, holding it down in the Twitch world. You know what I'm saying?
Amoxicillin?
Amoxicillin, yeah. She's in the Twitch world.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And we also have people following us on Kick as well.
On Kick. They're watching us on Kick. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But like always, man, Stephanie, it was so lovely to have you guys. Make sure you go to Cal Culture Radio Community Tab. In the Community Tab, there's a Cal Culture Radio. You already know. T-shirt. Hakeem, the hats are there?
Listen, it's there, but hold on now. Let me fix it. I gotta fix the link.
But it's because I have a lot of people waiting to get the hats.
No. The link. Don't worry. Listen, Ms. Watkins, we're gonna take care of you.
Yeah, I need a hat. Ooh, and a book.
Yeah.
It's Hakeem's book.
Let's go, Hakeem.
He have two. He got 2 books. The other one just dropped.
The other one just dropped. Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't like to tell, but we out here trying to get it in.
Yeah, what you mean you don't like to tell? Talk your shit, King. You got a goddamn book. You're an author.
I'm gonna talk it for him.
Yeah.
Cal Culture Radio coffee mug, but mine is coming in the mail because mine just recently got shattered. But mine's coming in the mail. But we gotta support black businesses, and Hakeem, know I'm his number one supporter.
Yeah,
Like, I get
Let's
everything
go.
Hakeem all the way
that's my
down.
brother. Yeah, he always
Hakeem be
supports me.
selling me stuff. You like, Ron, I send it for free. I said, no, Hakeem, I
Yeah,
want to pay
I
for
told
it
him don't buy it.
because I want to
You know what I
invest
mean?
back into your business.
Yep, I love that. That's a good friend. If your friends don't move like that, throw them away.
No,
We don't play around. We trying to get rich
Yeah, I
together.
love that.
It's
trying to
rich
get
gang.
rich together. We trying to get
You
rich
know.
together and pay somebody rent. We
Yeah,
trying to pay somebody rent, man.
You see, Steffi, that's his problem. He
I'm
started
trying
that's
to
a
pay
complaining,
problem.
and then
I'm
he gets
trying
the
to pay
women, and
somebody.
then he started complaining.
I'm trying to
Listen,
pay
as,
somebody rent.
as long as this man didn't lead to getting his toenails clipped, we have go ahead, pay the
No,
rent. boo.
listen. Submission. Listen, clipping toenail is a form of submission.
Bye, Hakeem. I love y'all.
If you love me enough,
Damn feet.
you love me enough, you would get on your knees and clip my toenails for me. That's love. That's real love.
No, but shout out to Natasha Vincent because she bought Hakeem. Literally, his
What?
second book just came
My
out. She
second
already
book,
bought
yeah.
it,
Let's
and I
go.
need to go get
The
my
Art of
copy too
Loving
as
Black
well.
Women.
And Natasha, you got to make sure Hakeem signed it because this one wasn't signed. You see, he doesn't sign my book.
Mm.
Y'all got me every day. What's the signature? This man knows where I live. He got me every day. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. So
This is Prince Hakeem book, Black Love, and he also
Black
got the
Love.
new book. What's the name of the title? Because it's very African.
So the name of the book, the name is called Nakapenda. Is in Swahili means I love you, and it means the art of loving black women.
And it's a co-written because he also has
It's
someone
co-written.
writing.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna bring on the show, but we went for Jordan to get back from his vacation, and then we'll interview him and Hakeem, which is gonna be really, really dope. Me and Jordan gonna actually be interviewing Hakeem and the other guy, which is gonna be dope. But yeah, like always, guys, make sure, man, y'all support the platform, and not me support the platform. Not only like buying books and stuff, but like coming over here, joining the conversation. You see, we having fun over here, and but shout out to people that download our episode each and every day. Y'all don't
passed
understand.
10,000.
We already passed 10,000.
10,000 download. You know what I mean? And
502 episodes.
500
we up there on Spotify. Like we up there.
We up there.
And we glad for man. We've been working day and night, and we appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? So and the YouTube numbers are going up. So all of this is because you guys coming over here and support the platform, and we really do greatly appreciate you guys. Y'all don't understand. Like it came a long way. Go ahead, Hakeem.
I want to give a shout out to Callie's Finest for coming here and gracing us with her pregnancy.
Of course.
Callie's Finest. South Central in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me.
See Jordan, I'm going to tell Jordan to bring you, and we got to treat you to dinner.
I'm here for it. Long as y'all here, though, we got to do it in person.
No, of course. I'll be going to LA.
Yeah, he go to LA. I'm still in the trenches. I might come out this time.
Lord have mercy. Well, Ron, when you come, I got tacos on deck for you.
Oh,
I know a place.
Hey, how many watch hours y'all need? We need 1,500 watch time hours to be monetized.
Yeah, because the problem with us is we don't do long videos like other content creators do. Our videos only 2 hours. So,
2 hours.
Our watch hours ain't going to be there. But, however, when Jordan gets back, we actually going to set up a meeting. We're going to try to see if we can go live each and every day. So,
each and every day.
That's our next goal. But
we're
going to wait till Jordan comes back, and then we're going to talk about that. Go ahead.
All right.
We here to try to make a safe space for men and women to come and freely talk their mind without criticism.
Yeah.
Without judging. You know what I mean? This is the whole idea behind this, to try to bring us together.
Yeah. Everybody love the tacos. No, California got the best tacos. I'm sorry.
I
don't see nobody
Taco Tuesdays.
I don't see nobody being
Taco Tuesdays.
Taco Tuesdays. Today, Thursday, too.
Tacos on deck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, DB. That's the only thing we got to watch out. But other places, like we do numbers.
We do numbers.
Twitter. We do numbers.
We do numbers. 2 numbers.
It's just the YouTube. We work.
We work at YouTube is hard, but we get downloads, over 300 downloads on all platforms on the audio side. With so like if anybody ever wanted to listen to audio, you can go on Spotify, wherever, and listen. So it's all over the place. So we just trying to.
We're a brand. We're
a brand. So we just waiting for Charlamagne to come holler at us. You know what I mean? To come cut a check. You know what I mean? Then we bring all y'all with us.
Yeah. I know a woman named Stephanie. She's dope. You need to interview her. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I'm here for it. And I got interviewed by 2 amazing guys. Y'all are amazing. And I'm proud of the work y'all doing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Killer Swag.
Yeah.
You always call Hakeem Mr. Wonderful.
They call me Mr. Wonderful.
They call me Mr. Wonderful. I like that.
Not
Yeah.
that, but thank you for tuning in to Chaos
Let's
Culture
get
Radio,
some-
guys. Enjoy your weekend. We over and out.
Yes,
All
we
right,
are
bye,
gonna do
y'all.
the podcast.